What is all my fellow subscribers? Adrian here from Adrian Mateo Drones. Just want to go ahead and do a little live stream. Pretty much just catching up with friends, my YouTube subscribers. And I'm excited because I found out who actually sent me the t-shirt. I found out who did it. It was actually my girlfriend who had the t-shirt made and sent to me. She's the one that actually did it. Look at this. The t-shirt looks amazing. If you guys actually watch my unboxing video, I actually unboxed it and I looked at it and I did not know who it was from. It was actually a surprise. Surprised the heck out of me. I love the t-shirt. I think it looks nice. It looks amazing. It looks great. Let me go ahead and actually go ahead and pop the link to the stream on the chat. If anyone wants to go ahead and pop in, I would really appreciate it if anybody wants to come in. This pretty much is catching up with friends. This is a free for all, so let's talk about anything you want to talk about. That's right, Steve Carpenter. Wearing the shirt, baby. I had to wear it. Do want to go ahead and say what's going on to Mike, aka GFO Jordan Tech Guy. What's going on, Chief? Thank you for popping in, sir. My boy Joe, aka J Bird Drone. If you want to pop in, sir, the link is already there. Come on in. Mr. Tim Jackson, what's going on? Howdy, Chief. If you want to pop in, the link is there, bro. Come on in, man. Thank you for popping into the stream. That's right. I'm Mike, aka GFO Jordan Tech Guy. Man, I love it. I think my girlfriend did a great freaking job. This here is amazing. Love it. What's going on, Michael Reynolds? Hello, my friend. I'm doing great, man. How you doing, Chief? I'm doing straight, man. I'm doing good. That was really kind of a girlfriend, especially the surprise. You like, man, I love it. I did not know who it was from, Mike Reynolds. I was actually over here thinking, like, who the heck is this person? I don't know this guy. I don't know who this person is. What's going on, Michael Bells? Hey, man, thank you for popping into the stream. I really appreciate you, boss. How you doing, Rick? Hope you're doing fine, buddy. I'm doing great, Rick Albert. Thank you for popping in, sir. I'm doing great. Let me go ahead and bring my boy Steve Carpenter. Let me go ahead and bring my boy Jay Bird from J Bird Drone, aka Joe.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, and I'm over here in awe. I'm shocked that my girlfriend actually surprised me with the t-shirt, my dude.
Looks nice.
Thank you, man. Bro, I love this freaking shirt. I did not know where it was from. And I'm over here thinking, unboxing the package, and I'm like, who the hell is this person? I don't even know who this person is. I'm serious. I'm like, what I mean? Have I been hacked? Like, only several people only got my address. You know what I mean?
They got the right size too.
Man, dude.
Okay, who is it now?
My girlfriend is the one that actually ordered it for me. She had it shipped directly to me.
Whoa!
Yes. Surprised the heck out of me, man. Look at this. As a matter of fact, let me bring you the black one, so I can show you the black one as well. Give me a minute.
Hey, Steve, long time no see.
Yeah, Joe, a real long time. I'm batching it this afternoon, so I can have fun today.
Yes, sir.
It is.
That's nice.
Yes, sir. Now, anytime I go ahead and I do my stream, that's what you're going to be looking at now. The black one or the white one. That's right.
I like your new drone today too, sir.
Hey, man, I'm just looking at it right now. I'm shocked. Like, finally got here because I've been waiting for this sucker since April 24. That just way too long, man. That just way too long.
The drone took a back seat to those T-shirts.
I'm just saying. How you doing, Ken Hale? I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you for popping in, sir. And I guess my boy Tim Jackson said he cannot go live until I buy another chair. Why? You just had one, May. What happened to the one that you just had?
What happened?
He said he cannot go until he get another chair.
Who, you or him?
He just, and that's Tim Jackson. He just being a butt because
Who's
he put
this?
the little LOL behind it.
Who's that?
Tim Jackson.
Oh, because he's still promoting his brand new racing chair he's got.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have a 4K monitor that he wanted to order, so he ordered a new racing computer chair instead, and he was showing it off last night.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. I mean, I like it. It looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Michael. Mike Reynolds. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate that, boss, man. Thank you so much. Please, if you go ahead and hit that thumbs up for the stream, I really appreciate it. Now, it's been raining here in Florida. I mean, it's been hot as heck today. Matter of fact, I flew a little bit, the Hudson 1 today, and I wanted to go ahead and do a precise landing, video today because I did it the last time. It was working fine. Man, today that drone was just acting like an ass. It was acting like an ass. I don't understand why some day works good, then the other one time it just have a mind of its own. It just whatever the hell it want to do.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know why I'm supporting them wearing this shirt.
Oh, do you see what Tim just wrote in there? I ordered the Maverick 2 Zoom.
Okay.
You should have ordered the Autel 8K, and that way you could have run and processed that video on that brand new Ferrari of a computer you got set up.
Hey, look what Rick said. Rick said that my girlfriend needs some extra love. And she's going to get it, by the way, Rick. Oh, yeah. Brown chicken, brown cow. Yes, sir. So, have any of you guys have flown today, made any videos or anything?
Nah, It was too wet today for me.
I was on. I made 2 videos today, live.
What do you mean, Steve? It sounds like you're playing. What do you mean?
I was on with Kelly Shore live on his show, and I was on the other stream that you were just on.
Okay, well, yeah, of course. Hey,
So
what is going on?
I made 2 videos.
Okay. Man, what are you doing? I thought you were supposed to be working, buddy. Come on in, man, if you can, sir. The link is in the chat.
It's not Monday.
I would love to have Rick Harper come in. Rick Harper, can you go ahead and come in for a little bit, sir? I never heard you on my show before. AZ Drone Dude, how you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping in, sir. Steve Carpenter, what are you eating there? Share.
String cheese. Here you go.
No, I need you to send it in the mail. Surprise me in the mail.
This won't ship well in the mail in your heat.
No, it will not. You're right. Hey,
I got a new drone today too, Adrian.
You got a who?
A new drone today.
What'd you get?
A Holy Stone. I got one for a review. It's a
really?
HS 720. It's just a little cheap toy grade drone, but
Lord have mercy. Look who we're about to jump in right now. Oh my God. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay Bird. Do it again. Let me see.
it's just a little cheap toy grade drone they sent me. Holy Stone.
That's cool.
Oh, I almost got him, but he played me. I almost got him, but he played me.
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Hey, Jay Bird.
Matt. Good day. Good day to you, sir.
How are you?
Good morning.
Almost got me, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna get your ass.
With this crew, you never know when you're going to get had.
Oh, dude. Swear to God. Chris Hope.
What's up,
One
little
qu-
buddy?
One question.
Hey,
How
Chris.
was the steak?
Oh, man. That steak was probably the best steak I've ever cooked.
You grill it out?
Took that dude, sit on my propane when I was on art show, and I'd go flip it every couple of times. And that dude was, that's from a man over there, Mr. Beckendorf, Steve.
Yeah.
And that was hand cut ribeye. It's probably about a week old. And man, you talk about tender.
Mm.
It was good.
So,
Jay Bird, you doing
Oh.
okay? Matt,
Yes, sir. Doing good. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, sir.
Chris Hope, how you like the shirt that my girlfriend made me?
I seen that. No, that's not the same shirt you showed this afternoon, is it?
Yeah.
Wait, the white one, yeah, and I got the black one right here.
Oh,
the
yeah,
same
the
one.
black one's what you showed. Yeah, I love them.
They turned out
She's
great.
She's
I don't
surprised the hell out of me, man.
I don't know when I'm going to subscribe for you, but I'm proud for you.
Hey, listen, Chris, do me a favor, man. She's watching, so be nice.
Oh, I'm fixing to be nice now that I know she's watching.
That
Hey,
was
Adrian.
very sweet.
Adrian, do you want my address, mate?
Huh?
Do you want my address?
Sure.
No worries, mate. You can just send them over. It's all good.
Okay. I said I'm big.
I knew that was coming long before, Matt. He was out somewhere in 50,000 foot.
What?
Had to answer a text right quick, Matt. Sorry, you know how them kids are.
How you doing, Gary? Ariel. Hey, don't start no shit, Chris. Come on now.
Hey, man, you're the one that interrupted my flight a while ago, nearly made me lose my drone because I got a text message from Adrian Mateo.
You told me you already finished.
I'm over a mile away on my Phantom 4. It's first long flight since my crash. And I get a text message. Hey, little buddy, can you come to my show?
Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Stop lying. Hello,
Well,
Blind Bill.
There's a quick answer for that, Chris.
What's that, Steve?
You don't answer.
I didn't answer.
Hey,
You know
hey,
what?
Tim Jackson, I'm sorry, Chris. I'm going to be on for a little bit, but if you want to go to hop in later on. I'm just catching up with all these wankers.
Yeah, if anybody comes in, Adrian, shoot, drop me out, buddy. Let them roll in.
No, man, you're fine. He's not even going to pop in yet. He said later on.
That man eats turtle soup. I like old Tim. He carried that little recipe with him to Australia.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, Alabama boy. He knows how to eat.
What's up, JSK Enterprise? How you doing, Chief?
Yeah. Tim was making the rounds on Friday night there for us on that show, and he was on with Rodney this morning.
Yeah.
And so was Matt.
Jerry.
Sorry, mate.
Hey, Chris.
You were on with Rodney this morning.
Yeah. I popped in and said g'day.
Hey, Chris, so you basically got everybody craving a steak, man. I even want a steak.
I'll tell you what. It was good.
I bet it was.
It was good.
You know what? I'm actually sure they didn't text me a freaking picture of it. Like you don't want to be harassing me.
The next time I cook a big old meal, it's worthy of a picture. You're gonna be in my 5, and you'll get the first shot at it.
What's going on, Mike Kenny? How you doing, Chief?
Or just wait and watch Facebook when he's sitting there and your stomach's growling, and the next thing you know, Chris is over there at the Mercantile Market, and he's got all these pictures that he's posting, from ribs to steaks to wings, and I'm just sitting there going, every damn time I'm hungry, Chris is over there. I'm sitting there going, this must be some mental telepathy going, I'm going to agonize Steve. I'm just going to post this stuff up because I know he's hungry.
Tell you what, yeah, Chris Hope.
Guys, look at this.
I worked with
Hey,
John
Matt.
for probably 20 years.
Really?
And he retired a couple years. I'm sorry, Adrian. Go ahead.
Hey, Mike, you know who that is?
Is that your daughter?
That's my daughter saying, "Hey, Matt." Yep. Hey, Chris, don't you do it.
I'm going to text her and tell her to say hello to me.
Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Be nice.
I did answer. I did answer in the chat, and it wasn't until I saw the picture there, and I thought, "Hang on a minute."
Yeah, you see those pictures right there, Matt? She actually made those herself on the iPad. She's pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, well done. That looks good.
It does
How
look
beautiful
good.
it is.
I'll have to get it. I'll have to get her to do my logo for my channel, mate.
Negative. You're gonna have to pay for that one.
What?
Oh, come on, man.
Jeez, isn't it?
What is up with that? Didn't I hear you say last night, Matt, Adrian, how'd you like your logo?
Yeah.
And you never responded, Adrian. So
How you doing, Matt Casey? Thank you for popping into the stream, sir. Actually, Matt knows that I love it. We already talked about this already. He knows that I love it.
Okay, all right. You just didn't do it publicly.
Logo.
Logo.
No, honey bun, I don't have any, baby. It just I have the shirt that was sent to me.
Oh.
How do you say her name, Adrian?
Adrian Mateo.
No, your daughter's name.
Oh, you mean what she go by here? Her name is Kylie, but she had the little
Kylie,
thing
okay.
go by Josen.
Well,
Well, her name is Kylie.
I was calling her Kylie last night when I was texting her, but sometimes, kids,
My damn daughter. Don't make me kid. Don't. You know what? I was gonna give you a cookie, but I'm not gonna give you none anymore. I'm gonna eat it myself.
All right, little buddy, I'm done.
Well, you know what, Mike? It wasn't even my idea about the T-shirt. My girlfriend is the one that surprised me.
Yeah.
So that was amazing for her to do that.
That's a nice surprise. I enjoyed it in your videos this afternoon.
Man, I know you heard how excited I was on that video, man. I love the T-shirt. I think they're great.
You post a video up, Matt?
Matt's
Yeah.
got a new one. He got a new one. Been out about an hour and a half or so.
How come I didn't get any notifications?
Nice video, Matt.
You saw it, mate.
Yes.
Oh, nice one, mate. Cheers,
I'm
mate.
gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it in a little bit, Matt, and I'll share it when I get done with it.
It's a beautiful spot. Beautiful spot. I love that place, man. I went back there twice.
That's some of the pictures you showed us the other night, right? With the fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that you can't make the trees out on the other side of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one.
Be messy.
Yeah, because it was foggy. So foggy. That was so thick that day.
It was
man.
that it was that ND 1000 filter you had on. That's why you couldn't see it.
I know. And the you know what? I'm going to try those out because I got an ND 1000 sitting there.
Yeah.
Up to 250 and something or other. Anyway, I want to find a waterfall and go and try some of them out. See what I can do with it because I'd really like to have a crack at that.
Well, on video, I don't know how well it'll work out, but on a still photo, it would work great.
Video wouldn't work, mate. You haven't got the shutter for that.
I know.
The photos definitely. You can slow that right down. A lot of playing around, and that's a good thing about digital. Shit. You don't have to wait till you get it back to the dark room, and they'll start to and they're all crud, and you've spent 24 hours.
The old days of the old DSL, the regular camera. Wait for the film. Now it's like, oh crap, that's terrible. Delete.
Exactly. The best thing ever. The best thing ever. Love it, man. Love
What's
it.
going on, Casey? What's going on, Jim Dronin? Thank you for popping in, sir. Appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to go ahead and hit the thumbs up on the stream. I really appreciate you. Hey, Dre Cropper, how you doing, man? Thank you for popping in. Recovery One Drone.
Hey, Michael.
Okay, man.
You got a good crowd here, Adrian.
Nice crowd.
Good
Got a
crowd.
little crowd going in. Hey, Jim, if you're already here, man, here's the link to the stream. Come on in if you want to, sir.
Well,
I wanna see that.
he's got the elite of the people here to be watching. That's why they're all coming in to see us.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, they heard
You
Matt.
actually-
They heard
Like
Matt North
that,
and Steve
Steve.
Carpenter come in, boy. Walked right in.
Like
Yeah.
flies to shit. Anyway, that's another word. Yeah.
Hey Matt.
Like bees to honey.
let's
Well,
keep it
it's like wine tasting. You enjoy the first really good bottle of wine first, and then as you continue drinking through the night, you get to a lesser good bottle, and you just work your way on down.
Doesn't matter from there. Doesn't matter from there. So we
Let's
start at
keep
the top.
it.
Actually, I'm trying this new. It's on our show is talking. We have a distillery here. It's a small batch little distillery here in the local town. And I like vodka, I'll drink vodka martinis and even drink a regular gin martini now and then, but especially in the summertime, like a vodka tonic. Tried their gin, unbelievable. You don't get that berry heavy flavor like you get with any gin martini or gin and tonic. It's got this really balanced. I don't know how else to put it, but like not floral, but it's just got this multitude of flavors across the board, which if people don't like gin, it's just like you try this and you never drink a regular gin again.
Hey, I want to get a little poll going right here on this crowd and you guys. I got somebody that go by the name of Above and Beyond Jones in the green room. Should I bring him in? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. One thumbs down, one thumbs up. Who else?
That was 2.
That's 2 thumbs down. Okay.
You only get one vote. This is not.
That's 3 thumbs down. That's 4 thumbs down. That's 5. Who else? Okay, you got a Sosa for Chris.
It's a tie, Matt. You're the tiebreaker, baby.
Well, I've just actually thumbed down on the stream there.
Was that you?
Yeah.
I thought I seen you hit the down button. You sure did.
I already got a thumbs down already. Well, damn.
Nice job, Matt.
You got 2 of them. Good job, Matt.
Oh, above and beyond. Jimbo.
I am pissed at Gary from Brant Aerials for beating me to it on Matt's comments.
Oh.
Son of a bitch beat me to it. I couldn't see the tree. Or what did he say? I couldn't see the eyeball of the squirrel climbing the tree. I was so on time.
Oh my God.
That's a beautiful opening, though, Matt. The sounds of nature like that, really well done.
Oh mate, I love it.
I applaud that.
Yeah, it was just a pity because the kookaburras went mental for a minute there, and it was that was fantastic too. But
what did you film you with? Was that a GoPro?
That's my phone.
Wow, that did a good job,
mate. What a microphone! You know, it's there's no tinniness to it. It brings out, it's a very, very nice microphone, well balanced, man. You know, and clear. That was a forward facing 4K 60 frames a second, for God's sake.
I can't get that. I don't think on the Samsung Note 9. I don't think I get a 4K on the front camera.
What are you shooting with? What phone?
Me?
Yes.
That's an 820, the new one.
Oh, okay.
Samsung, yeah. Great, man. I love the camera on that. Beautiful.
It did wonderful on that. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah,
I already did. I hit the thumb down button twice.
Yeah. I see. It is. There's 2 of them. Good job, Jim. How did you do that? I want to know the trick. I just want to know the trick. Email me.
I don't have other channels, so I can't come in 5 channels and download. I'm too lazy to make other channels.
Brad area.
Gary, I hear you. It's not a bluebird, is it? Bluebirds around here will fight a mirror and mess all over the mirror.
Yeah, we get them. We get the magpies flying into the windows. because
Really?
they look at a reflection and go, "Oh, he's in my area." Crack. They got no idea.
I hope that culls the population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few necks.
We have a building over here in Irvine, California, and it was known as the Flora Corporation, which Flora Corporation was around for decades. And all of it is a green. When you look at it, you're driving down the road, it looks like a green glass. But when the lights come on at the inside nighttime, it's transparent. You can see into the inside of the building, but at night it's a reflective coating. And it's almost like a mirror. Same thing. The blackbirds over there, they'd go over there and they'd perch on the top, then they'd fly off the edge of the building, and they turn right around and fly straight back into them. You hear this bam, and the bird go down 4 stories.
Yeah.
You know what? Son of a gun. Who the hell gave me 2 thumbs down on my stream already? What the hell is going on?
That was me. I did it twice.
He already
Only
told you.
2?
Well, that
Awesome.
was not.
Jim and Matt, that's 2.
Is
Okay,
it?
that's Matt. Okay, got you. Okay.
Is it just 2? I thought it was like 10 or 12 a while ago.
Hey,
Here we go.
My
4
daughter-
now.
my daughter's saying language. Let's keep it PG rated because she's watching. Sorry, baby.
Oh,
was
we do
swearing.
have 4.
Okay, Kylie.
What? Now I got 4?
We're
Son
doing it
of a
on
gun.
purpose. Crap,
She mad at you?
That's because you had me on. See? You screwed up your whole stream.
There you go.
She might have-
You're gonna be at the receiving end of some of that karate, mate.
I'll let you take that next text message, Adrian.
Wait a minute. Is she mad at me or is she mad at Adrian?
She mad at you, Jim.
Good, Rick.
I'm mad.
I don't think so, mate. She'd be mad at you. That'd be more than one
Hey,
occasion.
recovery one drone to be at. I found out. Yeah, that was my girlfriend that sent it to me. She had it made for me.
Nice looking shirt.
Very nice. It turned out really nice.
I like the shirt.
Great.
It's just the model.
No, it's actually just a shirt.
No,
Suppose he get his head through that neck hole there.
I got that, Chris. Thank you.
But he's wearing the hat that I told him last night. I swear it was a Malcolm X hat.
Malcolm X.
yeah.
He said
No,
it was 2 birds.
birds.
This is the
Yeah,
hat.
it's 2
I
birds.
can't-
That's another one. It's 2 eagles.
I can't see that as being 2 birds. It looks like 2 brush strokes.
Yeah.
If you would broadcast in 4K like everybody else does, we could probably get the high definition out of it and see that. But I forget you got copper wire coming in your house.
Hey, Princess, cover your eyes, Princess. I'm about to do something.
Don't
That's for you.
even do it. Don't even do it.
You see what these kids have to put up with.
I know.
They tough. They good kids to put up with him.
They're gonna. Well, they are. They have to be. It's a good spell check. Right?
So when you just got that today, Adrian?
Yes, sir. And I also got my Femi X8SE 2020 edition.
Okay, now what was the update on that with the 2020?
I haven't even touched it yet. It's still there in the box.
Just the range on it's a little bit better and flight time, but it's the same battery as the original 2018 model.
Why did DJI put out this update for the Mavic 2 Pro so it can
I
go
know. I heard
extra
about that.
The range.
On the Zoom. I heard about that.
Why?
It's for the range. It's 5 miles now on the Zoom.
Who gives a crap?
Well, they're keeping it consistent with the Mavic Air 2. That's why they did it.
I'm never flying that far away, so
That's a long way to fly.
yeah. You can't
Some
see that
people
far.
do.
I'm surprised they increased it because of the CASA laws too.
The what laws?
And
The
the house
laws-
laws too.
The European laws. They increased it for them. I was surprised.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, they got an extra kilometer out of it. I don't understand why. I would have thought with all this coming up that they would have actually shortened the range to within, I would say 3 miles, right? Because your lights have to be 3 statute miles, viewable from 3 statute miles.
Correct.
Keep the drones at that. You're not whatever. We'll see what they do.
Look. I stand correct. It was for Jim, not Matt.
I know. Why is she mad at me? Because I was late in saying hello?
No, because you went and gave me the thumbs down on my stream already.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 4 of them. Oh, there's only 3 now.
Hey, Bob Casey, 9, sir. I got 9 now.
Why is there 3? It says 3.
I think Adrian's trying to give Brian TDR drones a run for his money of who's going to have the most drones by the end of the year.
That'll be Adrian.
Hey,
Oh,
John.
Brian does invest. Adrian's right there with him.
Yeah.
I think Adrian's got more aftermarket accessories for his pimped out drones.
Yeah.
Than anybody I know.
Yeah, I saw you bought some more aftermarkets for that FEMI X8 there, Adrian. I like the gimbal cover. I have that one, but I'm not too sure about the props for it.
You'll never use them.
How come you aren't mad at that? We should probably talk off screen. Well, if I was you, I'd be pissed at that guy who put up that video.
What video?
And his name ends in Guy.
Who, me? Oh, yeah.
I'd be screaming
about a while ago.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing about it.
Yeah, well, he's a dick anyway. Pardon my language.
Somebody put that link up in the stream earlier, and I thought it was a giveaway, so I went there.
Yeah.
And that.
Well, he's a dick too. I won't say nothing else.
But go to YouTube and get that taken down.
Yeah, I don't really care. It didn't hurt me. My channel grew after that. It backfired on him.
Yeah, it did.
How you doing, Peter Caro? How you doing?
My thing is, I paid for that drone anyway. I could give it away to whoever I want,
Yeah.
Correct.
So, hell with him.
How you doing, Donnie, the View Chaser? Thank you for popping in, sir. I really appreciate you.
It's just like what Dan said in Drone Warship. He had a problem with him, too, and it just seems like a pattern with that guy. He just attacks different channels. He trolls on a lot of people. So
That come to my channel, man. He comes to my channel with that bullshit. I'll be on him like that.
Well, he might be watching right now. You never know, and he might go.
Come to my channel. I'll meet you in court.
Well, what started that was I had the Xeno 2 before him, and he took it personal. He called me a liar and stuff. I'm like, well, I have no reason to lie. I don't have to prove nothing to you. I didn't even know you existed until he started on it.
I didn't either. I don't know the guy.
I'm sorry to bring this up or continue on with it, but it pissed me off for a while.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't even know who you're talking about. So I guess nobody knows him.
Yeah.
I don't hear your name.
I'm sorry, Jay Burger. I guess I'm a little late to the party. What are you talking about? Like who?
The last name is Guy. That's all we should really say.
Ask Dan who it is the next time you talk to Drone Warship. He'll tell you who he is. The guy that he was talking about the other day.
Okay.
He'll tell you.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You saw the video, Adrian.
That dude's a straight up douchebag.
I got it. You don't need to say no more.
I'm sorry, Adrian.
It's all right, man.
If you want to kick me out, you can. I'm sorry.
No, man, you're fine. You're fine because hey, a lot of people they're not really a big fan of him. It is what it is.
I didn't even know the dude had a channel. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But talking smack like that, holy cow. That's insanity.
On your channel, Jay Bird?
No.
Well, he did it on his channel, but he told people to go to my channel and dislike all my videos and, harass me and crap. And I just let it go for a while, but it got ridiculous.
Well, what happens is you just have your people report them.
It backfired.
That you're being attacked.
Joe went from 200 subscribers to almost 600, so it backfired.
I just ignored him. His mother recently passed away, and I felt bad, so I just said, hell with it. I'll let it go.
Right.
So, I know.
There's no reason in what we do to blast someone else, man.
Yeah.
Who cares that much to do that? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. The drone, I love drones. They're just toys, It's a hobby, There's no reason somebody takes it to the extremity of taking it personal like that. So I'm not going to give in to that crap.
No, we haven't said a bad word yet.
Sorry.
I can't understand the mentality of all that shit, really, because, we just all here. What?
Stop right there for a second. I need you to read this one more time.
Oh, sorry,
From
mate.
your daughter.
I'm still too young to know such language.
I'm sorry.
Daddy's never used any of those bad words.
No,
No.
he just uses his finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't look, darling. Don't look,
And Kylie, if you really want to get really mad at somebody, instead of using the finger like your daddy did, just do this to anybody who's from Britain,
Or this.
because it means it twice.
This is a flock of these.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead with your story, sir.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm saying. Bob's written it in there too. It's crazy. There's literally hundreds of drone channels. Now, yeah, that's right. There's so much out there, and we do what we do. Who cares what anyone else does?
Exactly.
It's their channel.
Who could care less? If it interests me, I'm going to go watch it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't interest me, I'm going to watch it for a second and turn it off.
Well, I'm just wondering why you keep coming back to Adrian's channel then.
Because he's my little buddy.
There you go. There you go. Great answer. That's a great answer.
And we finally Skipper.
He's got to stop putting that link in the chat, man. He can get anyone in here.
Anybody shows up. I'm sure the green room is full now.
Mate, there'd be so many waiting.
Yeah.
Well,
That's called sign language.
Mike, how you doing, man? Thank you for popping in, sir.
So like with the StreamYard, you can do 10 people now for the paid version.
Yeah, Rodney did it last night, mate. My God.
All 10 on the screen at once?
No, Matt. He did it this morning, not last night.
Yes, Joe.
Well,
You plus 9.
Get your time zone straight, sir.
only a day and a half later, man.
I got no idea. Sorry?
Can you imagine that? You're talking over 6 people now. Can you imagine 10 people on there?
Yeah, it did get a bit, especially if someone's got like Tim does, where he's got the mic away from him, because it seems as if when the mic's further away from somebody, the mic's straining to pick up anything, and it tends to cut everything else out. Where the mic's right up to us, for some reason, I can be talking and someone with a camera mic, not that Tim's got one, he's got a mic, but a camera mic, and it'll just shut me down straight away. For some reason, I don't know why that is.
I used to notice that with Mike Night Train's
Absolutely.
audio. Whenever he would talk, it would just cut anybody else who was talking right out. Boom.
That's right. Remember that show we did? Anyway. Tim Jackson, yeah, he did. He got roasted last night. He got hammered, which was awesome to see. There's always someone.
He started with one on your channel.
Yes, that's right.
I want to go ahead and say thank you to Mike, Timeless Truth, for popping in. John Spizzo, how you doing, buddy?
Oh,
Now,
John, how are you, mate?
Hey, Jim, how do you say that I could go ahead and do it? I got somebody who's in the green room. I want to bring him in. How do I do it again? What do I do?
You gotta just pop one of us out and then pop them in. But
they're just gonna put you in the green room, right?
Yeah, but we know we'll be in the green room, and when you're ready, you'll pop one of us back in.
Well, you know what? This guy and I, we always bump in here. So hold on, let me kick him out real quick.
Me out if you want and bring him in.
Did I say you? Did I say
time,
you,
brother? Equal time, brother.
It's your channel. Treat us how you want to treat us.
Right in the middle of Matt and me talking, just pop us out.
Yeah, right in the middle.
He popped himself out. Hey, Mike.
What's up, guys?
Oh, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Mike.
I'm doing good. I just finished a 4-day stint at work, and I've got the next 3 days off. Thank God.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, Jay Santiago, how are you, mate?
You must not be divorced and have child support.
Blind Neil, how you, buddy?
Well, here's the thing. I work 14 to 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
So once I hit them 40 hours and plus, they just like, hey, go home. Bye.
Yeah, the hospitals do that. We used to, if 36 hours was full time, you and I talked about that.
Yeah.
36 hours was full time for them. They don't want you doing overtime.
Oh, no, I've been getting overtime like every day.
Oh, you're lucky. I used to get the call at 5 a.m. and say, oh, the bed count's not high enough. Don't come in today. I thought they were kidding the first time they did that. I swear to God. I thought it was a prank call. And so I didn't know it, but I said, okay, well, let me give you the number to my mortgage company because they're going to wonder why they're not getting paid this month. I swear to God, I thought they were kidding. And I went into work and they said, what are you doing here? The bed count has to be at a certain number in the hospital in order for full staff to be in. I did not know that because it was my second job. I was doing 24 hours on the ambulance and working 12s at the hospital on the off days, as we do, right?
Mhm.
We all have second jobs.
Bob Casey, I'm doing Skull Mint Long Cut. He asked what kind of dip I was doing.
I didn't say hello to John or Stingray, Gary.
What's up, guys?
I will say something to Tim Jackson because he asked if his microphone was shit. Now, it wasn't that it was shit. It was just it was a long way from you.
Yeah.
And when you do that with those mics, they want to pick up sound and they generally pick up everything around them, you know, and there are settings on your mic which you can adjust sensitivities and all that sort of thing. But I would suggest with one of those mics is bring it closer to your mouth, mate. That's what I'd do.
I love you too, princess.
I'd already told her that, Adrian.
The challenge called to make America great again.
You're calling me now.
Ah!
You're already in the chat. Why are you calling me?
I have to show you something.
You gotta show me something. Well, hold on, baby. Let me pop out. Hold on.
It's his
Sorry,
daughter.
guys.
Answer this call to make America great again. I love that.
That's a great ringtone.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man.
God. That is
That's
ridiculous.
priceless.
This should make America great again.
Robert Glazer and the View Chaser.
Do that.
Gary, jobs? What jobs?
Best ring ever. It is too. I like that.
What are you dipping there, Joe?
What's that?
What you dip a flavor?
Oh, I don't chew tobacco.
You got a dip.
Hey, Chris, Agent K's name, I looked it up on Russian, translated it on Google. His name is Agent K Video.
Agent K video.
Sure you did.
I'm the one that has a dip in, Chris.
I'm sorry. I got my M and my J's backwards.
I got Skull Mint Long Cut.
You got what now?
Skull Mint Long Cut.
There you go. Bob Casey was wanting some.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I dip because if I do wintergreen, that stuff gives me heartburn from hell.
Anyway, I'm going to nick off, everyone. I've got stuff to do today.
All right, Matt. See you later. Have a good night.
Great seeing everyone.
It's Monday for you, isn't it, Matt?
Pick me up a couple of shrimp so I can throw them on the barbie, will you?
Couple, you'll only want one, mate. You'll be full for a week.
Nah, two. I'll save one for the middle of the week.
I'll see you later, Matt. Thank you for popping in, sir.
Yeah, always a pleasure, mate. No worries. I'll keep it going while I go and do me stuff and pop in and out here and there. But we'll keep you on.
Matt. Okay, bye. Okay, I got it.
Hang on, I haven't finished with you, Adrian. Let me ask you a question.
You know, anytime you do that, Matt, it's always something.
I always
PG
got
rated. We got a kid watching. As a matter of fact, call me. I want to talk to you on the phone. Call me on the phone. Call me on the phone.
I'll leave you with it, mate. I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye-bye, Matt.
See you, Matt.
All right, man.
How you
See you.
doing, Dre Crawford? How you doing, Chief? What?
What audio compression do you have on, sir?
Hey, Dre, we can't really, you can't hear you. We hear like a little kitty voice.
Sounds like Donald Duck.
Quack.
It sounds like you're talking like this.
Is it done? Are you Chinese?
Drop off and come right back in again, and that'll fixes it sometimes.
Hey, Dre, drop out and come back in.
Hey, dude.
There you go.
I've never heard it like that before.
That was rude, Adrian.
Hey, I actually got a good little crowd today, man. Thank you, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Agent K, I didn't even see you there, man. Thank you for popping in. Mr. Gary, Brian Ariels. Thank you, man. So, Big Mike, hard day at work today?
Yeah, it was a long one, bro.
Man, you're not right with those pictures, man. It's been raining over here again in Florida. I'm sure that Jim probably got some rain too, man. It's been storming like heck. It just won't stop. Today I got a little bit of sunshine, just a little bit around from 8:30 to 10. It was great.
So, Jim, what I did was I went up on the 3rd floor of the hospital. Beautiful clouds, beautiful sunset. Snapped the picture and sent it to Adrian because he told me it was raining.
Oh, okay. Make them feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Danny the View Chaser. Appreciate you, man. My girlfriend sent it to me.
Tim, your mic is not bad. What it is you were just too far away. When you're way back here and your mic is up on the desk, there's going to be a delay getting to it, and that's why the delay hits coming out. Your mic is clear. Because I watched you today on Rodney's stream this morning. I watched the replay, and then listening last night. I mean, the mic is clear.
It was fine last night. It must have been on Rodney's stream that he's talking about, right?
Yeah, there was a delay. Well, when he sat back last night, you could hear that little bit, and then people start talking over because there's like just that split second, delay.
Adrian, you got a pen and a piece of paper? You need to write this. You need to write a few things down and give to your girlfriend, so she can get it right.
Here comes a list.
Okay. First of all, I want to go ahead and make this.
You ready?
So, hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Number 1, period.
Steve Carpenter.
Hold on 1 second.
Subscribe to my channel. T-shirt. I think you wear an XL, don't you, Steve?
Double
XL.
Uh-oh, your daughter says, I dare you.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2?
Number 2 is Jaybird. He looks like a 2XL myself.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and get a 4XL for you, Chris. Because, I mean, you're going to bust the head open, the little thing. Your head too big.
Uh-oh.
Hey, don't you leave.
And number 3, Adrian.
Number 3, Adrian.
Gotcha.
Chris Hope, a double XL.
Write it down.
It's Skipper, by the way.
The ink went out. It stopped writing. It's done. That's it.
It's that copper wires. What's wrong with it? Y'all stutter and stop.
And copper's the aluminum that's in there.
It looks like he froze up right now.
I don't know why some days that's clear.
Last night he was clear as a bell.
Yeah.
And today's foggy.
Just got better for a second there, and then he got himself out.
He took
along with.
Steve with him. Bob Casey wants 2X tall, Adrian.
Can you get that? I don't know if you can get that.
How did
When
she?
you're-
That was my main question: is where did she get those shirts at?
I don't know, but I put in that thing with Teespring.
Well, that was stupid. I kicked my own stuff out of my own damn stream by mistake.
And you got Steve too, buddy.
How do I sound now, fellas?
Hey, Mr. Crawford.
That much better?
Here you find, sir.
Hey, Dre, sounds good.
Where you
What
from,
was
Mr.
it?
Crawford?
Dre, what do you think it was?
No telling.
Okay.
It's YouTube, like usual.
Southern California.
SoCal. You up there with Al Diaz. Hey, Al.
Yeah.
Steve Carpenter. Steve Carpenter's Southern Cal. Dana Point Harbor man.
Yeah. Dre, where are you in Southern SoCal?
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino? Oh, you're just inland from me. I'm Dana Point.
Yeah, you're about an hour and a half from me.
That's in traffic. These days, it's less than an hour.
Yeah,
You must be cooking there today.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's 99 right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was us today. Here at home, hot, humid.
Yeah, my son lives in Riverside, and I was talking with him, and they were pushing. It was actually even warmer than that. They had hit 100.
I don't know what's up with that humidity, Chris. Last night it was 95. Today it's 90.
The humidity.
Yeah, I got out this morning around sunrise to go fly, and I think it hit around 80 around 7 o'clock this morning.
Wow,
Wow.
that's insane.
That's not fun.
Right here was 106 today.
We hit
Man.
79-80 here today.
Mhm.
The weather here, what would you say, Adrian, for more than a month has just been crazy here in Florida?
I think it's more like a month and a half, Jim.
Yeah, it's not been normal, man. We don't
2
normally get friggin' rain all day.
It's more like 2 months. You've been complaining about the rain for at least 2 months, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm here in South Georgia.
Usually in the summertime, you get your afternoon thunderstorm. That's it. Takes an hour, goes away.
How
Right?
you doing? How you doing, Jay Santiago? Thank you for popping in, Mr. Aldias. How you doing, Chief?
Hey, Al.
So, Adrian, when you gonna fly? Oh, he kicked himself out.
He's good at something.
He's doing a Jimmy boy when Jim actually removes himself from the stream.
Yeah, but I do it on purpose.
Well,
So all they
hopefully he's doing it on purpose.
Mr. Crawford, what kind of drone you fly, sir?
What?
I was asking Mr. Crawford what kind of bird he flew.
Oh, I have 3 Phantoms, 2 Phantom 3 Pros, and 1 Phantom 4. And I have a Spark and Maverick Pro and a Maverick 2 Pro.
Oh,
Man,
Nice.
nice roundup.
I
That
don't need to go to your
Phantom
house to
4.
help you out.
That Phantom 4 is the. It's like it's in everybody's arsenal. You know what I mean? We still have.
Yeah.
I never got rid of mine. It's an old standby. It's still just as good as day one.
Chris, I got a question.
Yeah, I like it
for
a
you.
lot.
And
Yes,
for
sir.
also for Dre, and this could be for Jim too, since you guys have them. If you had a choice between the Maverick P4 Pro V2 or the Maverick 2, I mean the Phantom 4 P2, or the Maverick 2 Pro, for quality of imaging, I'm not going to talk about portability because I know obviously the portability, but the quality and the flight capability of it.
Maverick 2 Pro.
Truthfully, I could take it's a toss up. My Phantom flies really smooth. I like that about it, and the Maverick 2 Pro is smooth also.
I'm a Phantom guy, so I got everything for it. So Phantom for me, Steve.
Yeah. I know. I've seen you fly that bird, and that thing just
Dude.
smooth as silk.
And I've got the Mavic Mini, and I like it. That's the only Mavic I got.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have but just the two, and
Right.
the portability of the Mavic and the Mavic series compared to the Phantom is just one. You toss it in a backpack and go up a mountain, fly.
Yeah. Yeah, because I got my Mavic, Pro that I use that I shoot my live streams in, and then I bought the Air 2.
Mhm.
But I want to go a step up because I want to use it for two things. One, for just fun, but the other things of shooting some stuff for possible clients. And I know the Phantom 4, if you're going to go through and doing some for digital mapping and stuff, having that mechanical shutter on that camera is still second to none. But
don't forget, you don't get lost in people speak. I've been doing it for 5 years. You can stop and take a picture. Okay, I've been doing photogrammetry for 5 years. You can stop
I
and take
usually have the Phantoms for nowadays for show. A lot of people, real estate people and other folks, are used to seeing that Phantom 4 form factor. So that's what you break out to show what you can do. But the Maverick 2 Pro is just as capable in a lot of ways. But to me, I just use what's good for the conditions.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a windy conditions, I'll break out the bigger Phantoms. If there's no wind, I'll use the Mavericks. Like you see my construction videos, that's my Maverick Pro. That's my workhorse.
Yeah, and you have wind
money
out
jobs.
where you
I break
live.
out the Maverick 2 Pro for the money jobs.
Yeah, and you have wind out where you live too.
Oh yeah, so wind blows every day out here.
Yeah,
We get it too. We've got that tropical breeze going across Florida. You can't.
Yeah. Even in the old days, because I was stationed at Norton Air Force Base, which is now San Bernardino International.
Oh,
that's why that UIP forecast app is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I did is I upgraded to watch the multiple days to try it for 1 year to try it. It's kind of nice to be able to see the forecast ahead of you than just right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Is that their hobby price? The $23 or something like that?
A year, yeah. For a whole year.
Is it worth it?
I've looked at it. I did it I just did it just the other day, but I've watched it to see what the actual conditions are, to see how realistic it was to their predictions to what it is. And it's been on the money. I've been watching it.
Just what's Al saying? Just hating it?
Good.
Well, I know Matt saying definitely go the 10-bit color, mate.
Yeah, well, if that's what you're shooting for, but like Dre's doing construction, Al's doing construction, you don't need to go in D-Log for that stuff. In fact, I remember I told you I did shoot in D-Log, and it was a horror. How did Robert Glazer get timed out? What did he do wrong?
I don't know.
Who timed him out?
When it comes to D-Log and other settings, it's what your computer at home is capable of handling is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
It's like doing 1080p or 4K. I shoot everything in 4K, but when I give it to a client, I may render it in 1080p.
Nice, Matt or Mike.
I think Robert got timed out by accident.
Hey, who put who in timeout? I didn't do anything.
No, it was an accident.
Rick Halbert accidentally did it.
Yeah.
He said he learned to fly on his first Phantom 4. It was just an accident. Sorry, Robert.
When I was looking at the Phantom series versus the Maverick series, that's why I chose the Maverick, was because of the portability of it.
Yeah.
And I can throw it in my backpack along with my DSLR camera, and I can shoot with both, and it's all right there.
Yeah. A lot of people love that.
And that's what I'm looking at, because I was waiting for the Autel to come out, with their Pro, which is the 6K with the 1-inch sensor, and it's not swaying me over with the reviews I'm seeing. I'm going to talk with Aldrin one-on-one because he's had his hands on one from Flight Path, and because he's great with his reviews and stuff that he does.
Yeah, he is.
The only good thing about it is you don't have the geofencing like we have with the DJI products.
True.
But the one thing I do have to admit, having the Mavic Air 2 now with the, I'm trying to think of what they're calling it. Anyways, like the ATSB, when aircraft are around, it's kind of nice knowing that there is an aircraft around you. But the problem being is there's still a lot of aircraft that don't have it. Now we have military here, which doesn't have it. And I noticed that when our local sheriff's department helicopter was up, it didn't have it.
No, but they're supposed to. But you're right. It's the law as of January 2020, but they all don't have it yet.
Hey,
and helicopters, you never know when they're going to pop up.
Yeah.
Question for you guys that own the Mavic 2 Pro. Does that have APAS like the Mavic Air 2?
Yes.
Okay. I was just curious because I love that on the Mavic Air 2.
Yeah, I rarely use it myself, but it is there in case you want it.
Right.
That's on the Mavic 2s?
Yeah, the Mavic Air 2.
On the Air 2. Yeah. I didn't think they had it on the
But
Pro.
I mean, is it on the Pro also?
No.
APAS is on the Pro.
Yeah, the Mavic 2 Pro does have APAS.
Okay. So that's just not exclusive to the Air 2 is what I was getting at. Okay.
No, not at all.
The thing I hate that drives me insane is the aircraft warnings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they came out with those in 2018, and those damn things keep popping up on my screen, ruining the shot because I'm trying to look, and you got to keep pressing to get them off there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when it came up the one day when I had the Air 2, I was flying and there was a twin engine, and he was running circles around and the area, and he started going further away. And I'd come back down the moment I'd get the notification until I could actually see them and know where they're at, saying no, they're going away, and to verify it, not just by the notification of the image coming up on the map.
You get 3 colors. It comes up in 3 colors.
Well, I haven't noticed that on the Air 2. Or maybe I've got settings wrong. Maybe.
Yeah, you can adjust the settings on it, the sensitivity on it, or you can have a high alert, medium, and then low alert.
Mm-hmm.
What is the range on that ADS system? How far out does it record?
10 kilometers.
10 kilometers. Well, that's quite a while. Quite a ways distance.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
I
mean, guys were excited when they got it, but I found it annoying because, like Steve says, when I'm doing a construction shot, I had a bird flying, circling overhead. I think I told you about that when I was doing that highway, Steve.
Yeah.
And it actually, when I came down and I changed batteries and went to fly back up, it wouldn't let me fly back up because the aircraft was at 400 or below. It was a little Cessna, and he just kept freaking flying around in a circle. I bet you he was a drone owner.
Probably.
Because the matrice would not go back up in the air.
I'll show these guys. Watch this.
There's a guy flying. There's a guy down there flying a drone. Watch me piss him off.
It was funny because a farm owner came up to me in his dually, and he comes up and he goes, "Is that your drone scaring my cows or that airplane?" I said, so I brought the drone down so he could hear the matrice, and and it's loud, but it's not going to scare off cows. And he sat there and waited for that airplane to come by so he could know the difference, which was a great educational opportunity, I should say.
Right.
Is that matrice very loud?
It's got 17-inch blades, so it's about as loud as the Inspire is.
Okay.
with 15-inch blades.
Right, because I saw a guy the other day. He was flying and doing a cell tower check near a water department, and I stopped and talked to him just to find out information on what he had, what he was using it for, and everything else. Because I was about a quarter mile away, and I saw this drone up, and I said, "Oh man, I like the Trees 300." I said, "Let me zoom over there and talk to who was flying it," because I was kind of ticked that the water department went and got a drone, didn't tell me about it, and I'm a construction inspector for the city.
So was it a 300?
Yeah, the guy, he says a 300. He works for a cell tower company called American something. I guess they're the real maintenance people of cell towers in Southern California. This guy said he covers Riverside, parts of Orange County, and the southern end of San Bernardino County. And he goes out and throws the drone up, does an inspection, checks the mechanics on the box at the bottom and everything else. But he said he just got his 107 within the last year. The company put him through a class, got him his 107, sent in and got his waiver. He showed me his waiver on the screen because San Bernardino Airport doesn't have LANC yet, so you got to get a waiver from the FAA to fly in that area. Okay. So he said, they streamlined it, fast-paced it right through the FAA, got him up flying no time at all.
Wow,
so
nice.
I was kind of impressed.
The only problem I had was with DJI. Getting the certificate of authority from the FAA was actually a quick process. It was getting DJI to let your friggin' drone fly. That was the pain in the ass.
You submitted the waiver code numbers, or you did we call it a scan and send DJI through email or whatever. That's why I did mine that way. And then they turn around and sent the code or whatever to I had to get the code off the controller, and they, I guess, do what they do. And now I have a setting under my authorization to click it on. Because if I fly outside of the Class D airspace, my bird won't go up. I got to turn it off for the bird to unlicense.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, if you have a license on your controller and you're outside of that zone, your bird will not go up. It'll act like it's in a restricted area.
All right, question. Al did it the other day, and he had to put in multiple dates that he was going to fly. Do you have to do that shit?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
No, when I submitted my thing, I submitted for area wide, so everything within the zone of the airport in the city of San Bernardino, which goes out to Redlands, Colton, towards Fontana and other places, I can fly there without a problem until I get to the LANC area of Ontario, which is about 15, 20 minutes away from me.
Right.
And so forth. So, and then the north of the San Bernardino is Class G airspace up towards the mountains. So there's no problem there. But I got to make sure if I go to Class G airspace, I have to turn off the unlicensing or the bird would give me an error.
I never even thought of that, man.
Yeah. It'll give you an error. Yeah.
Because that's what mine is, a COA for Wide Area Authority.
Right.
Never even thought of that.
When you go out there and make sure if you're in Class G, outside of your controlled airspace, make sure you turn it off, because that will it kind of plays games with the drone, where it thinks it's in another class airspace, and it's not. I mean, it is, but it's not controlled, and it won't fly.
Son of a gun.
Yep.
Learn something new every day. Thank you.
Well, like I said, I learned it by experience.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your experience.
Yeah, that was it.
That's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
Now, see, Al Diaz in the chat there, he had to submit. He bought the airports near him through LANC.
Yeah, the LANC.
So he had to put in each day and time.
Yeah, LANC, I understand you have to do that. You have to ask for permission each day through LANC to fly. They'll ask you all different questions. But like I said, the airport I have doesn't have it. I don't know why it doesn't have it, but it's not a real active airport. It will be in another year or two, because it's turned into a cargo hub.
Are you talking about the San Bernardino International?
Yes. Yeah. We have UPS has a ramp there. FedEx has a ramp, and when they finish that Amazon building, if you guys saw my video today, that thing is going to have a ramp where the planes come right up against the warehouse, and it's going to unload and unload all the stuff that Amazon's doing, and get right back on the airstrip and take off.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
I do want to update everybody that the Mavic Air 1 also do have the A pass, like you were saying, Jaybird.
Yeah, no, the original Mavic has that also?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it has it
original
all.
Mavic Air has A-Pass. I use the one I
And you
have
know
my
what?
Mavic Air.
Even the Spark got it too, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that. I got the Sparky. I have to look into that. That's cool.
Yeah,
for
that
4 months
that
now.
that airport has become very busy over the years compared to what it used to be.
Yeah. Well, when we got first, I heard about it. I've been living here in San Diego since I got out of the Marine Corps. And I knew when we got that airstrip back in 94, I said, we have everything that comes out of Long Beach Harbor, LA Harbor, has to go through San Bernardino. All rail access comes to that city. And I said, and we got a lot of trucking out here. And I said, all we need was the airport. And we should have been going 25, 30 years ago. And they dragged their feet. They're going to try to play competition with Ontario, which has been in effect for 65 plus years. And it's just been flundering. I mean, they spent over 20-something million trying to upgrade this thing. And we have yet to have one passenger service come out of that airport.
Yeah, it's strictly cargo.
Yeah, but I say it's cargo now, but that's what their plan was, try to get regular passenger service, and it never happened.
No. It's the same thing that was going to happen here in El Toro when they wanted to do it before the Great Park was going to come in, and that was going to be another international airport. Yeah, because that's where we flew at. I was medical aerovac out of Norton Air Force Base. There.
Okay, yeah, my dad was a 20-year guy in the Air Force. He retired out of Travis. When we went to Goose Bay and Altus and Whiteman Air Force Base, where I was born at, and Selfridge up in Michigan. So my dad was on a flight crew, so wherever that plane went, that's where he went. So he's been around the world a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
He was on one of the, I think the old KC something
135s.
Yeah, probably 135, something like that.
Strato tanker.
Yep. Yeah, because I worked at the hospital at March, because that was a 500-bed hospital at March.
Okay,
so even though we were out of the flight surgeon's office at Norton, when we were home, we would work at the hospital, because there was no hospital at Norton.
I thought that was so odd.
Well, it was a Mac base. It was mainly a cargo base, is mainly what it was. And then you had March, which was a SAC base, and then up on the hill in Victorville, you had the TAC base, George.
Yeah, George. Yep.
That's where I did all my flight training up there.
Okay.
They use that strato tanker to carry personnel sometimes too.
Yeah.
Howdy, guys.
Hello,
do you have
Tim.
Lanc at that airport?
What's that?
You have Lanc at that Lance at that airport?
Not at San Bernardino, you don't. Ontario has a Lance. I understand. I never used it over there. Haven't had an opportunity to fly that area, but San Bernardino does not. So everything you got to do over there, you got to submit your waiver or request for authorization through the FAA.
Right. See, I did my COA before we had Lance was even out, and I think that's what Al is trying to tell me in the chat. Now that they have Lance, you have to use that instead of the COA.
Oh. Then what's the advantage of having a COA then if you got to?
I don't know.
Use Lance?
He said he tried to get the COA, and they referred him back to the Lance system. That's a pain in the butt.
That might be the reason, because if they already have Lance, they're going to say, why duplicate something we already have in place?
Yeah.
Because I know the first time I flew out of San Bernardino, I gave the tower all of my information. They wanted my waiver information stuff. So now I call and they say, okay, no problem. How long you going to be up? I say, use one battery, 20 minutes, and I'm done.
In fact, I remember the day, because I used to call air traffic control all the time for permission. And they always give you 150 feet. That's normal. And I remember the day that they said, okay, no, we're not taking calls anymore.
Wow.
We didn't even have Lance yet. So that's when I went and got the COA.
Yeah, I just call them just to make sure they know I'm out there, and cause I gotta watch out for the sheriff's helicopter. Those guys get up and they like to swing to the northwest, and that's where the Amazon building is being built at. And those guys just take off and they just shoot right across at 150, 200 feet, and they're gone. So that's the only people I always got to worry about is the sheriff's department.
We've got the hospital is real close to the Class D airport, and they've got their own medevac out of there called Starflight. You get them a lot more than, I get them a lot more than I get the sheriff's helicopter.
Yeah.
And again, they fly real low too.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Robert Glazier? Tim Jackson, how you doing, Chief?
Howdy. How does my mic sound now?
Your mic sounds pretty good to me.
Better, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good, Mike.
Now, hey, Dre, I do got a question for you. So I'm assuming that you actually use your Power 107 for a living. That's what you do for a living, pretty much?
Talk to me or Tim?
Okay.
I don't have a Part 107. I have a Part 104. Not just kidding.
He's talking to you, Dre. Are you using the 107 for your living?
Yeah, well, I got into drones. My older brother passed away about 15 years ago. He started flying RC craft back in the mid 80s. And I was interested then about it, but I knew it was an expensive hobby because one crash, you're back to square one. So I kind of laid on the side. And when I was still in the Marine Corps, I was stationed on 29 Palms. I remember them put out an advertisement on the base for people who had RC experience, because this when the military first started to get their drone program off the ground. And that was back around 86, 87 back then. And I always had a little bit of interest in the back of my head. And now that I feel like the technology has caught up with my skill level, I've gotten into it now, and I see it being a tool for me to use as a construction inspector and so forth. My main thing, what I look for, is underground chamber systems, what we call BMP, which is perimeter. You see the silk fencing, the wattles, gravel bags on sites. That is my job, to enforce those compliance regulations on all construction sites. I've learned a lot about concrete from my own time working construction. I started off as a laborer doing asphalt, paving roads. I became an operator, grading and everything else. Buying all my experiences, and I'm adding this drone as an extra tool in my bag to go out and do jobs for the city right now. And I'm trying to make connections with all these different developers that I'm working with, that, hey, you still do stuff outside my city, I can come do work for you still.
Yeah. Now, you work for the city of San Bernardino?
Yes, I worked for them for the last 14 years.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, so when you're talking about it, what are you doing? Your inspections for like SWIFT management and stuff like that?
That's exactly it. The magic word, SWIFT.
I come from construction background.
Yeah. And if you're really old school, you'll call it sweepy.
Yep. And call it really old school, we didn't give it, you know what.
Right. And so like my thing is construction. I do restaurant inspections. I do industrial inspections on existing sites and so forth for compliance issues as far as they maintain their grease programs, all that kind of stuff. So when I go out and do my restaurant inspections, I take note that this is one place I will not eat at later on. Because sometimes you walk back in those kitchens, you're like, nuclear prep area, you're like, nah, I'm not.
No.
That's where I want to come get my bowl of shrimp.
Yeah.
We had like a fast food restaurant. It was called Checkers. I don't know if that's a nationwide thing or not.
I've heard of them before.
One of the employees took phone pictures of the rats and the roaches in there, and like, holy Christ. Yeah, man.
Yeah, when I see stuff like that, or I see questionable certifications in the back where it's supposed to have posts on the wall, I will call the county health department and say, hey, when the last time you guys been out here to check these folks? Because I'm like, gotta look out for the public. And that's just everybody. My family, all of my kids, my grandkids live here in San Bernardino area. So like, hey, I gotta take care of everybody out there. This can't be picky and everything else and turn a blind eye, because some people do that and say, hey, I won't eat here, but I won't tell nobody else about it. I say, no, you got to look out for the public,
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yeah, it's spot on. Yeah, it's really funny because I manage a commercial operations manager for commercial building, and there was a bar in there, and we finally got the tenants out. Mm-hmm. And the day that they had finally left, we took possession of the building back again, and it was like I walked in behind the bar, and it was like, oh my God. And it was just like, how in the world could they pass an inspection?
Right.
And so I'm in there and I've got the lights on in the place. Of course, being a bar, it was all blacked out and everything. And there's this knock on the door and saying, hello. And here comes this cute young lady. And she goes, I go, hi, can I help you? And she goes, well, I'm here from the health department. And I hear that the bar closed down. And I just looked at her and said, she goes, this is the new territory for me. I says, I just have one question. Who had the territory before? Because there's no way on God's earth that they could have passed an inspection within the last year, seeing the condition it is, because it was so grave, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of times there's never enough inspectors to go around because you have little mom and pop places open up all the time. And like in our city, we get a thing called a zone verification sheet. And that's how I keep up on all the different businesses that open up in the city. And right now with COVID and everything else, it has slowed down to almost nothing. But in years past, I would get on average somewhere close to 30 to 50 new businesses opening within the city every month. And I'm like, and by the time I get around to visit some of them are already open and closed, or some of them never even open because they just get the money like they thought they was going to get or whatever. So like I said, there's never enough people to go around to inspect the site and everything. He was asking about 29 Palms. Yeah, I was there.
I said that was we called that 29 stumps.
We called it stumps. Okay. Yeah, I was there 2 different tours. I was in the stump from 86 to 89. Went on recruiting duty up in Portland, Oregon. Came back to the stumps in 92. Then I got 4 days short of going to Somalia. I got called from Long Beach PD and they hired me.
Wow. Hey, Ray, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the worst restaurant you've ever been in out of all of them? Are they chain restaurants or? I know you can't. Can you really say though? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but
I would say most of your chain restaurants, they have the best quality because they're nationalized. They can't afford to have a bad reputation. I mean, they lose business across the board. It's usually going to be the mom and pop ones that you got to watch out for because they'll go in the back and they may have some kind of contraption set up to prep food or something like that. They've got bad habits. That's what it is. They just have bad cleaning habits and prep food habits. And, it's always a tough sign. That area is messy. You go out to the back and you check the grease container they have in the back. A lot of businesses are bringing it inside now, and you'll see where the guys are sloppy, where they're just throwing the grease everywhere. The container outside's got grease around it. All the concrete or asphalt around it's got a big stain around it for them not taking care of the grease properly and so forth. But it's usually the mom and pops you got to keep an eye out for. But that's also where you get some of the best food also. So it's kind of like the flip of either coin. There's got to be a little careful what's going on.
Hey, Trey, have you ever inspected a Chinese shop before?
Yeah. Those folks are notorious cutting corners.
Yeah, about 20 years ago, I would say about almost 30 years ago, our local Chinese shop was shut down because they went in back and found cat carcasses.
Wow. I haven't gotten to that yet. I haven't run to that, but just their habits of, like I say, prepping and cleanness is just not what is not always up to par. There have been some that have been immaculate. But like I say, I like to tell folks stick with the nationalized food chains out there because they have a reputation that's bigger than just that one location in your city. They can't afford to get bad reviews because things spread like wildfire especially across the internet nowadays. One situation can blow across and next you know these folks are hurting overnight.
Whoever said something about the Chinese restaurant. So when I was working for the department, a bunch of guys got Chinese one night. Later on, next morning's newspaper, the restaurant was actually shut down after they got dinner there for finding unidentifiable carcasses in the freezer. The guys were sitting there the next morning, opening up the paper, looking at it. I was like, "Hey, isn't that where you boys had dinner last night?" And they just, like, 4 guys just got up and just walked out the room.
That's disgusting.
Some of the bars that I've worked at, man, they've never cleaned out the bar lines or the bar taps or any of that. People don't even know how to do it because they change personnel so often or bartenders. It's just never been done.
That was exactly.
I always judge a bar by going to one to inspect is how sticky is the floor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that tells me you haven't mopped. You haven't picked up those usually rubber mats or whatever. You haven't picked them up and mopped in I don't know how long. Your feet almost can't. You almost hear like a little sound.
Well, that's why they just. They
When
just
they
take the mats out, clean the mats, but they don't bother cleaning the floor underneath.
Now those ice machines, they sit there and it's a cold mat underneath on the bottom. So the soda or whatever, the beer gets cold through the ice that's sitting there. The same ice that they take the glass and put it in and fill your soda with.
Right.
They never clean take the damn thing out and clean the whole sink area with the ice.
Oh.
It's the mold is so thick.
Right.
It's disgusting.
The catch can. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Well, guys, I'm gonna bow out. It's been a long day. It's been like 14 hours, so I will catch y'all later on.
Mike,
All right,
have a
Mike.
good rest of your 3 days
Facebook
off.
name, partner.
I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'll probably see some of y'all tomorrow.
Thank you for coming in, Mike. I appreciate you, sir.
No problem, brother. I'll check you later. All right.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
See you, Mike.
Hey, this is your show, partner. Take it over.
Hey, Dre. I do want to thank you for responding to my question, man. I've always been curious because I see you make a lot of videos, especially construction videos, and I was just asking about your Power 107, and if that's what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the reason why I got my Part 107. That was always the plan when I got into drones, was to get my 107. So that way, if you ever dealt with a government agency, they want everybody to be certified, degrees or whatever, authorized to do something. Like right now, I have a certification as we call CISIC, a certified inspector, erosion and sediment control. Okay. Behind that, I have my QSP, qualified SWIP practitioner. And next year, if the city's got a little money, I might go back and get my QSD, which is a qualified SWIP designer, and so forth. So every city likes to have those titles. So you can probably get business cards. So on the end of my business card, that I have the CISIC, the QSP, and I put that, and at the end it says FAA Part 107 on my business cards.
That's what I want to get, my 107, very shortly.
So like I said, when you go out there and talk to people, those who are in the know of drones and everything else, they have a little knowledge of what they look for, that what kind of opens the door for you. Because some people ask for it up front, others don't. And when I talk about doing commercial work for people and they don't ask for that, I have to question, what are they all about? Because they should want somebody who is qualified to do the work and make sure you cover all the bases. Because there is a lot of liability out there. And like I said, with the drones, it's like a car. Anything can happen anytime you're out there. So like I said, you have a fly away, prop come off, whatever, lose connection. It all can happen at any time, any place. I've flown some spots where all of a sudden, mid-flight, it says, hey, disconnected. And you're like, okay, what do I do now? And that's why I kind of like to fly manual, because like I think it was Geeks Fauna that put up a thing the other day about some guys were out doing a job over in England. And they threw up the matrice, and that thing took off. And before 30 seconds of flight, it just went off on its own. And they didn't have enough time to even reset the controller before it crashed into somebody's apartment about a quarter mile away.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Howdy.
Ron, good evening.
Now I'm getting scared. The 3 deers are back.
I do want to thank the 4K9 for popping in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And if you don't mind me asking you a couple more questions, Ray, pretty much, you have to, like Aldias was telling us the other day, that anytime you fly, especially for a job, you have to keep log of everything you're gonna do, where you are, the time, all that good stuff.
That's a good thing to do. I use a combination of things, a notebook, and I have the program Air Data. I'm sure some of you guys all use that. That and your own log to help maintain your information on each of your drones. And that's a good thing. And that right there can take care of the big stuff. It'll tell you when your drone may need maintenance, your batteries, conditions, and things like that could be once you check it. But for your own peace of mind, like I tell people in a video I did several months ago, you need to, before you fly, always hand check your props. Don't just look at them. Rub them like people used to play cards back in the day. Rub them cards, so you can get a feel for it. Because the little nicks and cracks you won't see. And that's be the first thing that'll fail on you more than anything else is a prop.
I put copper.
So prop up. Yeah, I think so. Rub your hand across those props and make sure you don't feel any cracks, brittleness, or anything else. So that thing gets in the air, and all of a sudden you get a failure or you get a ESC error. A lot of times it's going to be just something simple by checking your props and everything.
Right.
And all of a sudden you get a
Yep.
yeah. That's the Al's talking about. He does his manual enter them into the log. I have it on all my devices that I fly with. As soon as I get done flying, I go through the DJI and tell it to go ahead and sync everything up, so it's always
Right.
there. And I have it on my computer here at home, my computer at the office at work. I have the air data program right there. Bring it up, and I can look at it and see how many hours I got on each bird, each battery. Everything's right there. So, and I say I think it's for. There's a free version, and I think
Right.
I have the next one up, which I think I paid something like $4 a month, something like that, that handles over 1,000, 1,200 flights. So it's something real expensive, but it is a good peace of mind. Plus, if you do have a problem, you have additional backup to send to DJI and say, hey, I got care refresh, and I got this, that, all right here. Plus, I'm telling you what happened, and here's the bird. What's left of it. Hey, you guys need to fix this.
Is that only in America, air data?
I don't know. I know it is. I couldn't tell you, but I think it is something you can use nationwide because it's basically linked up to the bird. But when you first set it up, you register all your birds into the program itself. So I think it's directly linked. It doesn't matter where you're at physically, what country or anything else. That is just directly linked to the drone itself.
Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna call you later, or maybe tomorrow, Steve, so you can actually help me with that. Because I try to actually do my air data. Now I set up the account already,
right.
But then it's saying that it needs to send me some kind of code or something.
Oh, okay. You downloaded an older version. Make sure you got the newer version because the newer version doesn't require the code. Okay, because I've seen it on one of my devices.
I think there's one I have that is asking me for a code, but then when I ask for the code, I'm not getting anything.
No, you won't, because that's an old version that you downloaded. Yeah. So you try to put it on your phone.
On the phone, and even if I go on my computer, it's just not doing anything.
You gotta go back in. I don't know what phone you got, Apple or Android. Make sure you get the more up-to-date version download on your phone, because that code part. Because I haven't had to talk to them. Because I try to put it on one of my Crystal Skies.
So you know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm telling you. Because I contacted them directly and said, hey, what is this code stuff? And they say, no, you got to get the newer version because you're no longer putting out a code for that.
I never had to do that. I just signed in with my email address and my password, and that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
Because I've got the gold version, which is like, I forget, it's like $79 or $80 a year or something like that for the annual price. And it has a lot of backup, because I know Jim, talking with him, he went to that because he has so many batteries, and the free version, it limits you on the amount of batteries that you can have.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, if you get the version asking for a code, you need to go find the newer download for version of the program. And that's what got me hung. I think it's my 5-inch Crystal Sky. I had a problem with it because I got Crystal Sky is such a pain to deal with as far as adding outside software to them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like the devices, but I wish there was a better way. I wish they would go ahead and do a firmware update that allows them to have either Google Play or Amazon on them, so you can get whatever programs you want on them. And so, but we'll move on from there.
No, it's a great program. It is. And then you can you have the syncing, like Dre is saying, and it just syncs everything back.
Yeah.
And I've got it on auto sync on the little app that you put on your phone or your tablet, because I use an iPad mini for flying with mine.
Yeah.
You can have up to 6 batteries free.
Yeah, something like that. All right.
I need to get that.
Blinked.
Yeah, but I think you could use it where you're at, Tim. I don't see why. I think it's international. I don't see why it wouldn't be, and it's free.
Yeah.
So you can try it out and see if you like it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a free account.
Right.
That's the one that I have, Steve. I get the free account, but if you wanna go even higher with more bursts and battery, then you have to go into a paid version, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, I'll post the link here that'll give you the pricing and everything right here, right now.
It's airdata.com UAV log converter. Yep.
Yeah, airdata.com, and then pricing. That'll give you the plans that are available, and it's a comparison. So it'll show you what every plan provides to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking at it now. $299, $699, $14.
Ron, this is a question for you, Ron.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this screen.
Well, I was just typing back to somebody, but go ahead. That's who I'm typing to.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry. Okay. Excuse me, princess.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Excuse me,
princess.
Hey, Adrian, this is an Air Data account, and what you can do is you can go over to My Logs, and you can go to your specific drones, and then check out each drone that you have.
Yep.
Right. So if you go to, let's say, the Inspire Pro, you could sit there and check its flight history, check its usage, and then it'll tell you if you can even go over to your batteries. And this was the sticking part for me. It only allows 6 batteries. So obviously I had to go to the Pro plan in order to get more. But you'll get a flight usage on each battery. But the problem, this is not true, because the problem is with 2 battery drones like the Inspire 2 and the Matrice, it does not, Air Data does not record both batteries.
It doesn't differentiate.
So you got to go through. Let's just do. Let's go to flight history. Let's pick a bird. These are batteries.
Okay.
And then it'll tell you every flight of the battery, the max temperature at takeoff, landing, number of charges on the counter. Now these are Inspire batteries that I just had to buy again. See, these are old Mavic 2 batteries that got swelled up. You see, the most it ever had was 36 charges. That's the Mavic 2 Pro, 32 charges.
Isn't that the one that you had like 3 batteries that swelled up and you have to get a replacement?
All 3 swelled up on me, yeah.
Wow.
But you can go back and then you have, it'll tell you, see, when your basic maintenance is due. This is the RTK batteries need servicing, but obviously I don't have that drone, it's in service. And then it tells you what basic service is. So if I click on that, let's go to details. It'll tell you what's included in that maintenance. See, tell me more. What's basic battery maintenance? Every 20 charges, every 200 minutes of airtime, and it tells you what to do. Just a general kind of thing. And it also do that for your drones. Let's see if we can get some drone maintenance up here. Let's get the Mavic 2 Pro. Maintenance. No, it still went back to batteries. Mavic 2 Pro drone, right? Let's go to general service. See here, it tells you your basic service, extended, and full service. But they always recommend. Did you guys remember when I found that cracked blade on my prop?
Yep.
That was by feeling it, not by seeing it.
Yeah, that's why I always say run your fingers across those props.
Now the free version I know would only give me 6 batteries, so I went up to the Pro, which is $14.99 a month, and I think it gives me 3,000. Plan limit is 3,000 flights. Now you don't have to have every flight on here. If you're doing recreational flights or just wasting your time having a fun day, don't put it on your plan.
Now I got a question for you, Jim. With that paid version, when you said 3,000, you said 3,000 flights. Is that per month, per year?
Year.
Per year, okay.
Yeah.
That's yearly.
I think Al has a question for you, Jim, about the syncing after you fly. I know if I don't do it, I can do it later in the day or the next day, and then it will sync up. And it usually takes about 8 hours to catch up on the I guess the server where you'll actually see it on your computer.
I had to download a second app to the phone which was because I was in on the early days, Dre.
Mhm.
You're saying you don't need to do that now, but in the early days, I had to download a second app, which auto synced with DJI's flight records on the controller,
Right.
and then would upload them, I guess, every day,
Mhm.
24-hour period.
Yeah.
But remember, you don't necessarily want to put all your flights on here. Why would I use up plan limit time on a day when I'm just out having fun?
Yeah, that also when you do prepping for your flight, a lot of times you'll turn the bird on, turn the controller on, and then you might shut something down in case the gimbal act up or something on startup. That still gets recorded, and you might later on say, "Go ahead and delete that, but it's so you didn't fly anywhere, but it did get activated, which means it goes into the air data." So yeah, that's why you can do your own little self maintenance on your flights and stay within your plan limit.
And you can set it different for each drone too. See, like, and let me tell you something. This is where I was telling you guys, DJI can't lie, because this is getting the data straight from DJI's records.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and shut the Matrice 210 off.
Hey, Adrian. I'm gonna pop out. I just popped in to say hi, and I'm pretty worn out. It was a long photo day. Left the house at 8 this morning, so just got.
Hey, Ron, I appreciate you popping in. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I wanted to come in and say hi. Hope everyone has a nice evening, and we'll catch you all on another day.
We're doing great, buddy. Thank you for popping in.
Take care, Ron.
Take care, guys. We'll see you all later.
Have a good rest of your
Take care,
weekend.
Ron.
All right, bye now.
That part right there is what I do like a lot. That when you can show the part where all your little messages come up in your flight,
So
you can see it right there.
It does all the wraps too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it checks everything.
Tells you all the tips, all the warnings, what mode, everything. And that's what I'm saying. If you have this right here, you send this back to DJI, and they can't back away from something. They say, "Well, pilot error." I said, "No, I got a warning right here. Blah blah blah. It told me this. What's going on?"
You can actually replay your flights, and everything that comes up on your on-screen display comes up on here.
So I got a question for you, Jim and Andres. You guys, are good at this. So, do you think that DJI will actually try to, pull a flim flam when you on anyone and say, "Oh, pilot error"? What, are they actually that grimy to do that?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard the story. I haven't had any experience in myself, but I've heard several stories where DJI is no different than any other kind of company. They're not going to pay for something they don't have to.
Let me ask you guys, does that show the joystick movements too?
Look, it's showing it right now. Showing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right there, the little circles on the right.
Yep.
Okay, I see it now.
Every aspect of the flight.
So basically, it shows you everything.
Yep.
Yes. Shows your constant battery level, your speed, your joystick movements, everything.
That's pretty cool.
And Adrian, I've got the gold level, which is half the price in essence of, well, not quite. It's $6.99 versus the 15 that $7 versus 15, so half the price. And that'll give you 1,200 flights, up to 16 batteries, 8 aircraft for any of us. Unless you're really doing some big commercial stuff like Dre is or like Jim is, where you've got multiple batteries and aircrafts, because then you jump up from 16 batteries to 48 batteries. And that's the biggest thing. It's maybe not so much the aircraft, it's the amount of batteries and keeping track of those batteries.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got a question for you guys. You guys keep saying about 16 battery or whatever. Is that 16 batteries or whatever batteries per drone, or is that for the whole account, period?
Total.
Total for amount of drones that you own.
Okay, because, oh, wow, that would be kind of a problem for me. I mean, I will have to go to a different plan then, because just for the DJI Spark only, I got 10 batteries.
Well, this here is just batteries alone. See, we're in the batteries category. Once you get over 6 batteries, you got to get a higher plan.
Right.
Gotta get a higher plan, okay.
Higher plan of those batteries will not be included.
Right. But again, think about what you want in there and what you don't want in there. You know what I'm saying? Because you can manage drones and like, I don't know if you can specifically turn them off, but you can specifically not upload data if you don't want to.
Right.
Yeah, you got to enter it to even have it show, right? Yeah.
Right. Well, you have to press the button.
And like you said, if you have a drone that crashes or you took off on you, whatever the case may be, you can delete that drone. If you sell it, delete that drone and all its accessories, batteries, and everything else off of your system, so you can clear it up.
Yeah.
When I sold my Air to a guy, and we traded. Basically, I didn't sell it. I traded my Air, original Air, for a Phantom 4. That's what I did. I had to erase all my Air flights, batteries, everything else, and I put the Phantom 4 on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to get it because it'll help when I get this Zoom and everything. So.
Yeah.
It really helps you keep track of stuff, man, because especially with batteries, I mean, I guess if you're writing it down in your own logbook, you'll be able to actually see it. But and you can make your own reports.
Right. And the higher programs offered, it allows you to do more maintenance reports that you actually print out.
Exactly. And these,
you
can open this up as a PDF. You made this report. You told it what you wanted to be in the report. And see here, so I have yellow flashing lights, no flight allowed, signal lost to the RTK base station. All right, and here's the coordinates, latitude, longitude that it lost it at. Errors noted. So DJI can't friggin' lie and say, "Oh, it's your fault. You were a bad flight."
No. Watch this, Jim. Jim, listen, hold on. You stop me for a second. Watch what Aldias went ahead and put here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, you never
in Africa.
How and why is it showing this is beyond me?
Because he didn't clear it out of their data, so whoever he sold it to was still flying it, and the data was still going.
Yeah.
What? Al's is showing air data?
Yeah, I guess he has air data. When he sold his Maverick Air, he didn't take it out of the account. So whoever he sold it to, when they flew it, it was still going to his account.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. So you can keep track of who you sell your drones to.
You don't want that. Yeah, you don't want that.
Aldia, that answers your question right there. I mean, pop into the stream, Aldia. Come talk to us. All right, I got this is for Jim, Dre, and Steve. If you know these questions, I got a couple of questions for you guys, especially for Part 107. This goes for Jim and Dre. Let me see here. Hold on. How can I word this right here?
Go back to your studying course, so you know which question to ask.
Dre.
Yes, sir.
What type of solid line do you have on a Class B airspace?
Class B should be blue solid line.
There you go. Jim, what about Class D?
What are you saying?
He's asking about the
color lines,
sectional maps, the lines, what they mean. A broken blue line is Class D. A solid blue line is Class C, or Class B. Class C, I can't think off the top of my head.
You just want to get the magenta, is what all that's going to be around you, Adrian, is the magenta.
Adrian, are you getting ready for that test? Making a cheat sheet?
Yeah, he is. You must
studying
be.
up.
Yeah,
you see, because the magenta, when it's shaded, Adrian?
I'm studying. I don't want to say
shaded to the outside.
When it's shaded or fading on the magenta line, it'll be from 700 to 1200 AGL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm studying.
Take your time.
Yes. Oh, trust me, I am.
There's no hurry.
And you've got a good course. You're going with Remote Pilot 101. It's a good course. It's great. I'm taking it and studying myself. So
now, when I did this and when Dre did this, they didn't have Remote Pilot 101. I had to read all the damn handbooks.
I did it. I read it myself. Bought the books off Amazon, the pilot 2019 manual, and I got the Airman's Guide, which is actually what I told everybody. The sectional maps on the test are exactly the same sectional maps in that Airman Guidebook. And I'm the type of person, familiarity makes me comfortable when I test. Yeah. So when I went through 3 months, I took my time, 3 months of studying this stuff, I went and took my test. And when I walked in that book, that testing site, and they gave me that book, it was like half the weight just went off my shoulder. Because I knew
gave
exactly.
You the legend is in there too.
Yeah. I said, I know these sectional charts, same ones I use. When they talked about Coeur d'Alene, they talked about the flights out of Dallas Fort Worth or that little one out down on southern New Jersey or whatever.
The VFR flights.
Yeah, VFR flights, stuff like that, near all the military bases. I said I felt comfortable because I was already familiar with the sectional charts, the exact ones.
It's like there's airways in the sky already. This is how it's so boring being a jet pilot. Okay, he's going to fly a 747 from New York to Miami. The route is already laid out in a blue line across the United States. He just stays on that line. That's it. It's a boring ass job. We have more fun than a pilot does.
Yeah. Another thing is, sometimes I ask myself, why is it that we get so much crap when we fly our drone? But a lot of people don't even know the responsibility that we literally have to take when it comes to the battery maintenance. Like you were showing me on the air data thing, like that's like a full-time job. I mean, just doing all of that.
Well, it's like anything else you do in life. Those of us who are a little more attention to detail.
But CJ, a lot of people. Yeah, but CJ, a lot of people think that we just flying a freaking toy because you know what I mean, and it's a responsibility to fly the drone.
Like I said, that is perception that is out there. That's perception that the public has. In other words, they don't feel like if you're not flying for the military and sending Hellfire missiles into somebody's backyard in another foreign country, they think you're just playing around with a toy.
Exactly.
They don't understand the practical applications in several industries. Like I said, what the guy saw the other day doing cell tower inspections so far using the Matrice 300. Okay, I use the Maverick Pro, and I do use the Phantom from time to time to do my construction work and stuff. And there's always guys, you want to go to the enterprise level, and now the Autel has theirs to do the thermal imaging. That's going to turn the whole roofing and solar panel business on its head, because now you got not just DJI's drone at around $3,500, you can get one. Now you got an option, a couple of $1,000 more with the Autel. Other than that, you're stepping up to a $10,000 to $20,000 Patrice level drone to get thermal imaging for roof and solar inspections. So
I've got the FlearView Pro, the FlearView Pro R radiometric with the 19 millimeter lens.
Mm-hmm. So as more industries adopt this type of technology, the public will soon begin to accept it and know what it's all about when they see it. Right now, it's about lack of information more than anything else.
Now, did Parrot just come out with a new enterprise drone?
Yeah, it's a $7,000 drone.
How much?
7,000.
Yeah, 7K.
But it's a FLIR boson. That's the problem I have with these infrareds, Dre. They're FLIR bosons or lepton. Like the Maverick 2 Enterprise is a friggin' lepton sensor. You cannot use that accurately for doing roof damage or for search and rescue. You'd have to be 30 feet off the ground. Well, trees are higher than that in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's interesting because they always advertise like you can be 100-something feet and you can see the warm body on the ground, because that's the only interest I have is trying to go to a FLIR system, and so I can work with local agencies, law enforcement, to do search and rescue missions and so forth. That's the only reason I really want that. I'm not really interested in the solar or the roof inspection, but that aspect there is something you can be a part of different search and rescue groups and call you out. And my thing is just try to be helpful, not looking to make money in that aspect, but anytime I get a chance to fly for any reason, I take advantage of it.
And plus, you know, the good thing, you're doing a good thing for the public, you're doing a good thing for the agency, but it gets your name out there as a bonus because they're going, hey, Dre Crawford, he did this for us. Let's keep him in mind if we need to do anything.
Yeah, that is the deal.
Hey, guys, look at this right here.
Yeah, but the imaging quality on the thermal is, well, the radiographic is not that good a quality. Take a look at
the brand new one.
Yeah, I got a question for you. Well, Jim, you could probably answer. I'm a newbie and everything. Well, not that new, but do you really have to number your batteries? Is it really necessary?
Yes.
I was told this when I first started getting into it, that you want to number them or ABC them or whatever case you want to use. And that's just so you don't start using the same battery over and over again.
You will use one battery, you will use one more than the other just by accident.
Right.
Just want to keep the cycles all balanced.
Yep.
But see, Jim and Dre, even before I even knew about numbering the battery, because I like to, name my stuff, different stuff. And in every battery, this is what I did. I put a battery, the number of the battery right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just to know. I've always known that, you know what I mean, that you don't use the same battery every single time. So if I have 3 or more, I kind of just cycle it around.
And don't forget, your internal serial numbers will also be in air data.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
The battery's internal serial number that you can't see. The outside of the battery may have a serial number on it. That's good. But the more information you have is the more defense for you.
Yep.
I see that, Steve.
See?
All right. Yep.
Your brother's laborers. Just buy an inexpensive one, and away you go. You put it on it. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, Jim. Even on my new drone that I just got, I've already, put the numbers on the batteries for the female.
Hey, you can also check in the app too the number of cycles per battery.
Yep.
Yes.
If you ever want to, keep up on that too.
And then again, it also tells you when your maintenance it will be due and what you want to bring it down to. Yeah.
All right. Cheers, guys.
It's a lipo. You want it to last as long. I mean, what are you're paying $1.50, right? 150 for a Mavic 2 Pro battery.
Yeah.
You want
Always keep them. If you store them, keep them around 40%.
Yeah. Yeah. I always do that.
Well, it automatically does that anyways.
Well, I'm just saying if you have it fully charged and, after so many days.
It's going to start dropping. Remember, we were talking about that yesterday, talking about how the Air 2 comes down so quickly. I mean, it starts discharging like in 2 days or 3 days.
Well, they just did firmware on those batteries, so it has improved. I think it's 10 days now.
Well, they did the update for the Mavic 2 Pro, which sets the battery automatically at 2 days to start discharging.
Yeah, my 2 Pros discharge real fast. I like my old Phantom 3 batteries, man. They stay charged up for like a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you can adjust it on in the Go 4 app. You can go and adjust it. On the Fly app, you can't adjust it.
Can you adjust it with the new firmware? Because the new firmware sets it at 2 days. Can you still override that and make that 7 days or whatever you used to use?
On the Fly app? No, I don't think so.
No, you can't. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I tried to do that because it trickles down so quick. Within a week, you have a half of the battery.
No, it's even less. It was less about that in 3 days. The one hyperlapse that I put up there that I flew, it was at nighttime. I just got up to a tree height here, and I was shooting across the freeway, and to get the cars flying up and down the I-5, and I could only be up for 15 minutes of flight with the Mavic Air 2, and that was only after 3 days of charging all of them up.
Yeah, hyperlapse will kill that battery.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Hyperlapse is a battery killer.
Hey, Jim or Steve, do me a favor. Send Aldias the link either by my instant messenger or text. He's saying it's not working for him, but I keep putting it on the chat, but he say that it's not working for him. I don't understand why.
I'll put it in the chat.
That's what I just did, and I've been doing it for every single one of you guys, and it worked. But he's saying that it's not working for him.
Yeah, it worked for me.
It worked for me.
Yeah.
Hey, Aldias, maybe go ahead and close that web page and open another one. Maybe
the cookies.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Close the browser completely down.
How you doing, New Fine Drone Production? Hey, man, appreciate you popping in. Yeah, man, I love the shirt too, man. My girlfriend made it for me, bro.
Yeah, she gonna let us know where she got those done at, man. I could go for one of those.
Yeah, I like that.
I will. Matter of fact, I got the little sticker right here. It says something about T-shirt laboratory right here.
Okay. They're nice.
Oh yeah, man. She got me the white one, and she got me the black one too.
Post
Man,
post the name of the company in the chat, if you would.
Let me go ahead right here. It even has a website. Okay.
Hey, Ari's gonna check out the link. He's gonna test it. He's on his iPad.
Okay.
All right. Al figured it out. I'm on a new computer. I'm sure it's. Oh, okay.
Is that the new Mac?
Yeah, his iMac.
Yeah, he just got it, didn't he? Yeah.
I told you should have went with Windows, Al. You didn't believe me. Look, you can't even come on the stream.
That's right.
It's got to do with the browser, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, Jim. He's gonna have to go. He's probably gonna have to go ahead and download Google Chrome into his iPad. His
Safari. Safari works.
Yeah, Safari will work.
Yeah, because it'll even work on my iPhone.
Okay.
And my tablet.
I like Firefox.
I don't know why. Like Dre
That's
had
what I'm
to
on.
pop out and come back in. Guys with Apple usually have a problem with the mic or hearing. One or two of the guys for some reason.
Yeah, Firefox is great, Tim. That's what I use. I've done that for web programming for decades, and that's where I use it on.
Yeah, and that's I like it, the old format still, so that's why I keep it.
Because in the old days when you were website designing, I had Explorer, Firefox, Chrome when it came out, Safari, all of them downloaded. And you'd go over there to proof to see what it looked like and the page looked like for everyone in order to do it until they came up with, the automatic proofing that you can do now.
Yep, I got Brave, Firefox, and Chrome.
I shut everything off. I got rid of that Explorer that they put on here. What the hell do they call it?
And Edge.
Edge. Yeah, I got rid of that. I just use Chrome.
Okay, here's one for you, Tim. Remember Netscape?
Oh my God!
Oh yeah! Who doesn't? Oh yeah!
I think that's everybody started. Yeah.
That's all there was Netscape in the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
I just like that big old N circling around.
Exactly, Dre.
With the stars.
Yeah.
Hello, Ari.
How you doing, sir?
Hey guys, how are you? I haven't really ever tried on the iPad before. Don't know how it's working.
Can hear you.
Yeah, sounds
the
good.
Camera's clear.
Good. Hang on, I've got a phone call.
Yeah, as he does.
Always happens, right?
I want to just say, make Australia great. Answer this call.
Yeah, you remember WebCrawler?
Oh yeah.
I mean, there used to be a bunch of them, different. When you had to do the SEO by yourself, and you had to input it to all the different browsers or search engines. Al says, "I see." What the hell? All right, Adrian, pop me out and pop Al in.
Is he in the green?
He just says, "I see." What the hell?
Yeah, I don't.
Or download Chrome, Al, if it's not working. But Safari should be working on StreamYards.
Hey, Jim, he's not even in the green room. When he comes in, then I pop him in. He's not even there.
Oh, because I see in the chat he says, "I see." What the hell? And then
he probably said that I see that Ari came in, maybe.
He said people were sleeping where he is.
No, that's Newfound Drone. He was talking about India.
Yeah, he says I'm not in the room.
Stay. I'm not in the room.
Download Chrome real quick. That'll take a total of 60 seconds.
Oh,
I'm using Safari on iOS. First time, I just thought I'd try it. It's working. Mind you, I've got Bluetooth connectivity to speakers in the car as well.
Okay. A little choppy there, Art.
Yeah, the joys of mobile internet. Look, I won't hold it, guys. I just thought I'd drop in and say hello. What is it? Like you getting new drones, Tim, and Adrian's got a new drone. I have to go home and kiss up to the missus, I think.
Yeah.
You got more new drones than all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell her I've only got 2 Phantom 4 professionals. She can buy me another one. She hasn't bought me one since January. I'll tell her that Jim said she had to.
Said, no, hell no.
All right, guys. Good to meet you. I haven't spoken to you before, Dre. Good to meet you, and I'll catch up with you all later.
Ari, this is it. The 2 world's smallest violins in stereo for you.
Oh,
Thanks, Dave.
Take care.
I've said it many times, Dre. The right drone for the right job. The reason I had to buy the Matrice was because it was the only one that could handle the electromechanical interference of the radio towers or of the power lines was my main problem.
Sure.
These Inspires cannot handle the EMI from the electrical lines.
Yeah, because you're talking 500,000 volts up there.
Well, aren't the Inspires a hybrid or light bridge?
They're regular light bridge.
Yeah. So that's what I thought. They'll get the interference every time.
The new Inspire 2s are what? They're OcuSync?
I think so.
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
They look good.
It's even the Matrice has its own system.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to find out and talk with people how that M300. Jim and I, Dre, have been talking about, and we've done some research on the M300, and to find out how well it is, because Jim on his 210 RTK, he's got put 2 cameras, and now with the 300, it's 1 camera with all 3 cameras on board, one module. But it's also
$26,000.
Wow.
There you are.
Right on. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, Al.
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey.
So are we on Safari or are we on Chrome?
No, I usually put it on Chrome, but for some reason when I was copy and pasting it, it didn't. I guess it didn't do it right. I don't know. It's probably something I did. I'm pretty sure of it.
Operator error.
Always operator error. Always.
I know it is on this end.
See, I just bought the Pro Zoom, so I can do light sheet. I want to do light sheet.
He chooses grayed out. Well, grayed out for waypoints. That's what I use it a lot.
I started out using GS Pro. I haven't had a problem with it.
For your enterprise models, right, Jim? Is that what you're using it for?
I used it on that with the Inspire, the Ground Station Pro.
Okay. I've never used it.
It only works on Apple. It doesn't work on Android. But you can at 100 feet turn camera 90 degrees. All this stuff. You can program all that in. I like it.
What drones does it cover?
I don't know if it does the Mavic 2 Pro. I haven't even looked because I
don't think it does the Mavic 2 Pro.
It's the program it's been around forever. The Ground Station Pro.
Oh, I've heard it. I've heard of it, but I've never used it.
Yeah, I've heard of it, and that's it.
I've never heard of it.
That's one by DJI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it also, but like I said, I've never seen it in action or on YouTube or anything else. Everybody always jumps over to
Pilot,
Drone Deploy or Pixel 4D or something else.
Now, I got a question for you.
What's up?
I was talking earlier because you said that your DJI Mavic Air 1 is showing in air data in Africa. Does that mean that you sold it?
I sold it, but I didn't sell it to someone in Africa. I sold it to some guy in like Boston or something like that.
Okay, but then Dre and Jim was actually saying something. I don't know if you heard what they say.
Yeah, they said that I didn't erase the info. I didn't erase that model from my I guess my data, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I didn't. Yeah, but it's showing up because when you show up in air data, it shows you the continents where you've been at, and it's showing there right off the coast.
You better be careful, Al. They may be using it for terrorist events.
Don't scare me like that, Steve.
They're going to be coming after you.
Definitely. Just put down the day that you sold it.
All right. Yeah.
In there.
That's weird.
Hey, John Spizzle, you have a good evening, partner.
John's leaving. Take care, John.
Take care, John. Hello, John. Take care, John.
Um,
Yeah, so you know what I'm having with problems with the air data? It's syncing. I did that whole auto sync setup.
Yeah.
And like I forget to shut off when I shut off the drone to go back into to sync the flight, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what I did.
And yeah, and then when I get home, like, oh shit, I forget. So maybe I could start up the bird again and maybe retrieve the information, but it's gone. It never shows up.
Just on the controller. You don't have to start the bird up.
You got to start the bird on. Should be you use a phone to fly with, or what device?
I am. Here's the thing. I'm using an iPad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am using, but I'm hotspot. I'm using as my telephone as a hotspot.
No problem. If you bring the pad into the house, picks up your Wi-Fi, you go to the Go4 app or whatever you're using to fly with, go where it says flight data and tell it to sync, and it will automatically sync up to their servers.
And how long does it take for it to sync up? Is it a while?
Usually, I know for me, if I sync something in the morning, it's usually there by that evening. I go to the website and it's there by that.
So it takes a bit.
If
for me, I know for me.
It syncs up immediately.
Is that right?
I mean, I've had stuff where I hadn't done it for a month, and it was up there. I mean, I synced it from walking across the house till I got in and I logged on the computer, and everything was there.
I never get that type of return on mine. I usually got to wait a couple hours, then it'll be there.
Yeah, because some flights I've actually did the syncing and then they didn't pop up. I'm sure it's something on my end. I'm pretty sure.
You don't have to have the controller on the bird with you. On whatever device you flew with, phone, tablet, whatever, bring up the DJI Go 4, DJI Go, whatever you're flying with, and tell it to sync, and it will sync up the information.
Yeah, I need to put that down part of the pre-flight, right? Pre-flight checklist, post-flight checklist. Put to add that. Because
sometimes you get in a rush or whatever, trying to, bag everything up on your way out, and that's one last thing you forget to do, and you remember when you get home, and just boop, hit it and it'll sync right up.
Hey Al, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When you use your phone as a hotspot, do you get any interference off the Wi-Fi using that when you're flying?
If it works good with the iPad, where it has issues is with the smart controller. With my smart controller, yeah, for some reason it can't pick it up, and I got to sit there and keep on trying to add it on, and then finally it picks it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be me. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, there might be a handshaking issue with those devices because I've used an actual hotspot from my job that I have in my truck, and I have it automatically one of locations to look for internet access, and plus my other phone, my regular phone, I use as a hotspot if I don't have that from just goofing off on my own time. And it links up no problem.
That's great. It's a great. Jim turned me on to it. I didn't even know. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know the nuances of it. Yeah. So I got the same pro version as Jim.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
So Ari gets reduced range.
What was that, Tim?
Ari, he gets reduced range when he hotspots.
Assuming it is radio frequency interference. I don't know. Not drastic, but noticeable. I've not heard of that.
No, me either.
Thank you for posting that link, Jim. Yeah, it supports it supports all the way back to even like the Mavic Pro and the Phantom 3.
Yeah.
I've had that forever. They came out with that years ago. In fact, now they have what they call the Pilot app.
Uh-huh.
And like on the Matrice that I have, the Matrice 210 RTK, it has Go4 and Pilot app. But on Matrice 210 version 2, Matrice 3, they don't have Go4 anymore. It's Pilot Professional. They don't have the Go4 app on those anymore.
It's the Matrice 210 V2. I'm sorry. The Matrice 210 V2 is supported on it.
Pilot app.
On the DJ GS Pro.
Okay, so it can use that, but on the screen, it's the Pilot app. There is no Go 4 app.
Okay.
Now, my question, Jim, is what is the difference in what you see on the screen between the Go 4 and the Pilot app?
The Pilot app was made. It's like Litchi. That's what it's made for, to do the job. It's not recreational at all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to learn the finer details of Litchi myself. I had to go to do a job up at University of California, Merced, a while back, and the gentleman who I flew for, I used his tablet, which is Litchi, to fly the routes up there. And it's got me thinking, if I can start using Litchi more often for waypoint missions, I can do several other things while that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The only beauty that you and I may consider is that we're pre-programming the flight, what we wanted to do during the flight, and it uploads that to the bird and then sends the bird off.
Right.
So even if we lose connection, it's going to complete its mission.
Right.
And
Yes. It's in the bird.
Yeah, that could be a good thing.
Yes.
That is one reason why I love the DJI drones, because if it does lose connection, it will come right back to where it took off from.
Yeah.
And that's why, Jim, you might hate it when I hate the return to home, but man, I just love it. I think the drone DJI is fantastic, and you know what I mean. If you lose whatever you signal, it come right back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What Jim was talking about, when you let you works, and if you lose, it will continue the mission until it's complete, then come back home.
You were cutting in and out. Say that again.
Uploaded to the drone itself. When you use Litchi and you do waypoints, the whole mission is uploaded to the drone itself. And if you lose drone
It's
controller,
definitely cutting out for you guys too.
mission.
Yeah, it is.
I think he's saying when Litchi, when you run the mission and it cuts off, it still runs the mission and comes back.
And come back, okay.
Right.
It comes back to your home point if you got it set that way.
Hey, I got.
If you have it set that way, most time it will continue the mission. Yeah, one of my daughters got home. She's probably on her PS4.
Okay.
There goes your internet.
Does anybody know how to stop the beeping noise on the return to home on the Mavic Air 2?
I thought you used to hit. I don't use RTH, but I thought it was when you hit the RTH button again, it shuts it off.
I tried the power button. It wasn't on that one.
No, I know that on the DJI Mavic 2 Zoom, if you hit the return to home and it beeping, you hit the power button once, it will stop the beeping. I even have to make your own name.
That's it, the power button, yeah.
Yeah, the power button once, and it will stop the beeping on the Zoom. It doesn't do it on the Pro because I tried it on the Pro. It's not working.
Really?
Only on the Zoom.
Wow. I wonder if they know that. If they knew that, they would get rid of that feature.
Yeah, that's scary.
They want you to know it's returning to home, and they want your eyes on that bird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dre, can I ask you to type something in the chat so we can find your channel? Because I've been searching for you and I can't find your YouTube channel.
Recover.
You go by Recovery One Drone.
Yeah.
Hey, Dre, that job you talked to earlier about, was that the Merced College one?
Yeah, University of California, Merced.
Yeah, because the guy posted on the commercial pilots forum, and I actually shot him a thing, but he said he had a pilot already.
Yeah.
And then I read the little article he put. Had a good time flying with you.
Yeah.
Was that pretty cool?
Yeah,
How did that go?
Well, like I said, I took my wife. It was a 5-hour drive from Southern California for 2 hours of work and came back.
Nice.
Oh, man. Worth it? In your eyes?
I don't think he heard you, Jim.
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you. I don't know if you.
He's typing. I'll let him type. I don't know. I'm not driving 5 hours.
It depends. I would say it depends. I was willing to help and do that job for a 2.5 hour drive, but I did put in my mileage on it. But he said he had somebody already.
Yeah, that was part of my agreement that they pay for my mileage.
Thank you, Dre.
Yeah, no problem. And like I said, me, it was just about getting some experience because I'd never flown a Litchi flight prior to going up there. So I went for that purpose to get experience with Litchi.
Okay, good example.
Sometimes I do that. Sometimes it's pretty far and it may not be bang for the buck, but I do it because it's interesting and probably for the experience.
Yeah. That's big.
Education does cost.
Yeah. I mean, they paid me what I asked for, so I can't complain with that. I wasn't trying to gouge a guy because he was a fellow pilot in the form that we talked about, commercial pilot form. So I wasn't trying to gouge a guy. So for 2 hours of work, and my mileage almost equaled the amount of time that I charged him for the 2 hours of work.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a chance to drive up in Central California. I haven't been in a long time.
I use that Gas Buddy app. What do you use for mileage? 15 cents or something like that?
15 cents.
The average charge here, I think, is like 68, 80 cents.
50. What is it? 58.50 on the IRS now? I don't forget what it is.
It's something.
I don't know.
I put like this. My wife's car is a Jaguar XF. Okay, so I wouldn't buy tankfuls.
Oh yeah, that takes premium gas too, I imagine.
That's right. That's right. So if I'm paying $3.30 change per gallon, I'm charging for a whole tank of gas, and it takes about 2 tanks for me to go up and back.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because I have 2 different apps. Like I use one app on here. Let me see what it's called.
What's the name of the app? I'm curious.
Yeah. I use one for checking the gas, and it's called Gas Buddy. But I use a separate app called Simply Auto.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's called, is Simply Auto.
Okay. Yeah.
And see, it'll track each car, the gas mileage, the maintenance, all that crap you put in there.
Right.
But it'll track, if you want it to, it'll track the mileage and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't.
The WAS do that too. The WAS app.
I don't know.
Because I know that's good for tracking. If you're speeding through, trying to make time for police and stuff.
The Waze app?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Waze.
They got all ticked off because when the construction was going up in LA, that app was taking people through Mulholland Drive and down through all the expensive homes. Yeah. It was like looking at the 405 freeway going to cross surface streets. They finally complained and they got them to shut that section down because it was unbelievable the amount of traffic that they had flying up there.
You see here, it's got 54 cents as business.
That's about right. 54 to 58 cents.
There's a big difference between 54 and 58.
Hold on just a second.
Hey, thanks, Timeless Truth, for the sub. I'll get you back, partner.
I got you already, Dre.
Yeah, it's Timeless Truth.
That's what it's all about. Is helping each other, man. Subscribe to each other.
The IRS right now is allowing 57.5 cents a gallon this year.
Okay, that's what I was getting at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there's this other free app called Gas Buddy that will tell you what gas is going on in your neighborhood. It'll try and help you find the cheapest gas around you.
Yeah.
But of course, I've got to use premium anyway, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it came down to half a cent from 58 cents a gallon in 2019.
So Dre and Al, and
that's the price of gas where you're at. Where you're at right now.
Regular. That's regular.
Damn, that's cheap.
Yeah, but
that's okay.
Cents,
here you go, Al. But you can borrow my sleeve. Go ahead and start crying.
Al, if it's California, add $2 per gallon.
Close to it.
Yep.
Close to it.
Add $2 for California. And that's just tax.
What were you saying, Adrian?
Hey, for Dre, Al, and Jim. So when it comes to you guys doing the job for when you're Part 107, do you guys also charge for mileage?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want
mileage and gas?
Well, you add the mileage is the gas.
Mileage is everything.
Yeah,
Because that includes
everything.
wear and
Mileage
tear
on
on the
your car, wear
tires.
and tear.
Depending upon how your agreement is with whoever you're doing the work for, you want to include it either in your hourly amount or you want to charge it separate agreement. A separate agreement depends on how you want to set it up. Depends on the distance. You know, a lot of times you're going, I would say, within 50 miles from home. You can probably include that amount within what you charge. Is included in there. But like I said, I did a 5 hour drive. So I said I made sure that's a separate issue because driving 5 hours is quite a bit. And on the East Coast, I can cover about 4 states in 5 hours.
Yeah.
Sure can.
But California, I just made it to the middle of the state going north. That's it.
And on your first jobs, Adrian, you may want to eat it.
You
Your first few jobs, you might want to eat it.
You just eat it.
You made it. You made it to
cause
see
a
me.
flat rate.
You made it to Simi Valley, Dre. That's what it did in 5 hours for you.
Yeah, well, I got to see all those new communities they talk about on the news all the time, like the Tuna Canyon and Castaic Lake, that places that weren't even around when I was younger in that area. It was just you went through the Grapevine, that was it.
Yeah.
The next stop was Bakersfield. You know, there wasn't all those other little places that were named that they talk about so much now, where everybody lives at up in the foothills.
Yeah, because I used to drive from where I'm at in Dana Point to Ontario every day. And then from there, I had a warehouse to oversee up in Simi Valley, and then another one down in San Marcos, Escondido area.
Oh, wow. You were a road warrior.
Oh, yeah. And so what I would do is the first 2 times I did it, it was just no way. To go all the way into Ontario in the morning. It would take me less than an hour to make Ontario, because in the morning I wouldn't even take the toll road to cut over to the 91.
Right. So you're going against traffic.
Because I'm going against traffic, and I'd pick up fuel in Orange at the time, and it was the cheapest there was. Yep. So I'd fuel up there, get coffee, and then head on into Ontario, and then I'd wait until like 10 o'clock, and then from there, then I'd head on into Simi Valley. Yeah, but then when you hit the Simi Valley coming back, unless you're out of there by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you might as well commit suicide.
Simi Valley.
Dre, you're over by. Dre, are you over by Santa Clarita?
No, I'm down at Inland Empire. I'm out in San Bernardino.
Oh, yeah, Inland Empire.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I just said the trip I took up to UC Merced, you got a chance for me to see some of these places I hear about on the news, because they didn't exist the last time I drove in Northern California. Mm-hmm. That's about 40 years ago when I made that drive. You know,
wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, all these places they talk about on the news that all these rich folks live at now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to live in a canyon.
That's right. I was kidding him saying kidding. I was kidding him because of saying living in San Bernardino. Yeah, it took him 5 hours to make it to Simi Valley.
Well, regular traffic day, it would. It's horrible.
Traffic up here is pretty bad too. Not quite as bad as LA area, but it's getting there.
And you get down in towards off the 101, San Jose, and you get south of the Bay Area. That is insane down there.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm locked up every morning.
Yeah, Silicon Valley area. It's ridiculous.
35-minute drive is an hour and 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And like Steve said, if you're not out of LA County by 2 o'clock, you might say you're going to take you an extra hour to 90 minutes to get out of there. When I worked in Long Beach, this is back in the 90s when I worked for Long Beach PD. And I used to like working swings and possibly graveyard because I'd have to fight traffic. Because I know on a Friday, even a Saturday evening, it would take me 3 hours to get home.
Yeah,
from Long Beach. And it's only about an hour and 25-minute drive, actually. But it'd take 3 hours to get home.
Yeah, because from Simi Valley during the week, I left one day at 3. Let's see, I ended up leaving there at 5:30 in the afternoon. First time I was up there, it took me 3.5 hours to get home.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Cool. That's crazy.
And that was cutting across back over to the 210 in order to come down, in order to avoid the 5 and the 405.
Come down to 605 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, coming down and actually all the way to 57 and take the 57 down.
Yeah, 57. It's good until you hit the 60.
Oh, the 60. Yeah, because the company I work for up there, we traveled all over Southern California, from Fresno to gosh, what's the name of the city? We covered all the way up to Mammoth Lakes, all the way up to Yosemite, well, going into Yosemite Valley, going into Bass Lake in that area, and then Paso Robles, all the way to the Mexican border, all the way to Las Vegas. That was our territory.
Wow, it's huge.
Well, that's where we had the 3 warehouses. So our drivers could do an 8-hour trip from where I had to go to a store and come back within it. And that's why we placed the warehouses in those locations. Except for Las Vegas, there we would go over there. The guys would elect to stay. We put them up for the weekend, and they would be there for 2 weeks.
Yeah. And that's why we're getting so many tilt-up buildings out here in San Bernardino area, Riverside, because of the location. We got all the major freeways that come and go. Rail service comes to this area, and now with the airport, it's just a ideal situation for a lot of shipping.
Oh yeah. Because like we were off from Ontario Boulevard, actually is where we were, and then to go down to Archibald and cut across down to go to the 60 sometimes. I'd go that way if the 15 was backed up going south. And it was unbelievable. Right when I got out about 3 years ago, they had put up there was 1.1 million square feet. The other one was like 750,000. Another one at 700 and some odd thousand and 500 and some odd thousand. These tilt-up buildings are just going up all over the place because of being to the airport.
Yeah, I said these developers are like Hillwood, which is a Ross Perot company.
Yeah,
you always notice their buildings. They build across the country. They always have the stars on their building. That's their trademark, is a star along the pillars of their building. And then we have Oltzman doing a lot of work. What's the other one? Furman or something like that. Doing a lot of tilt-ups, and Millie Severson do a lot of. And these buildings are pretty much sold by the time they finish completing the build. They're already sold to a company already, and Amazon is buying them up like Skittles.
Oh yeah.
Amazon is buying up almost half the tilt-ups in this area. And the funny thing is, these guys build a generic building, and Amazon will buy it, and they almost got to rebuild the building again to fit Amazon's requirements. What they want.
Well, they built their big distribution warehouse out there in Riverside.
Yeah.
The big one out there.
Yeah.
Now, Diaz and Dre, when you guys do a job, do you guys, for example, you go out and you do a job. The footage that you got, is that yours that you could actually post on YouTube, or that goes against the contract that you make with your clients?
Some of them, I mean, you can ask and stuff. But for the most part, it's kind of like an NDA where you can't disclose any of the assets that you take for them. Okay. Some of them stipulate that before you take the job, you got to sign stuff.
Right.
Now, what about if it's like real estate? You know what I mean? A nice house, and you're just doing a little fly, pictures or whatever. Is that okay? I'm just asking hypothetically speaking. You know what I mean?
I'm sure if you ask, it just depends on the person. But I think majority of them that I've come across, they tell me that they want sole, ownership of the assets.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, they'll have you sign a paper. They'll tell you all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's all I said. It's all up front. Yeah, NDAs and agreements, or someone may have a time where you can't say or do anything with the footage until after a certain date. Then they release you from it, and then you can post or whatever. What I usually do is, like you see my videos, I don't use names of the companies and stuff. I'm out here in a project, and what you see, what I put on YouTube is just isolation of different equipment that's being used. I don't talk about the whole structure or anything like that. And so it's just different equipment. And if I do mention something, it's because it's such a major project. You can't miss it no matter what.
Yeah, like you were saying something about pouring the concrete. I remember that video.
Right. Like I say, and like I say, a lot of times when I'm showing you about three different sites. It's like it just don't happen. I got like 5 sites that are doing almost the same thing. They're when they do these tilt ups, they lay the foundation out. Okay, and then they'll build additional forms on top of the foundation, and that's how they pour the slab. Not the slab. I should say the panels. The panels for the wall.
The panels are poured on the on the slab.
Poured on top of the slab. And that's what
so most of your stuff is commercial, Dre, right? That's
where I'm focusing on. I didn't really want to get to the real estate game because it's so flooded. And I said commercial. I found out the little research that is where the money is really at, because these companies, these developers, like the job up at the college. I can't mention the name of the company or even the media company that did the work, but they were paying these guys $800 a day to fly a drone through this construction site.
I know. I'm pretty sure I know what company it is.
Yeah, you might know because they're Northern California. But I'm thinking if I can get an 800 day gig, even if it's $800 a week gig on the side of my 9 to 5, dude, I could pay off all my debts in a year.
Exactly.
That's right.
You know, so that's a nice little chunk of change to have on the side right there. You know, so
the bulk of the stuff I'm doing for construction is for the framing company, a framing company, and they do residential framing.
Right.
So a lot of their build-ups are like 4 to 5 stories.
Right.
So you know, they lay the cement and then all that stuff, and then that's when they want me to come in, take the 28 photos for pano pictures, and then stitch them together PT GUI, send it to them, take NADAR shots, do waypoint missions.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
For your progress report.
Yeah.
For them, but I think for them it's more for promo and stakeholders than it is.
That's what it
for
is.
a general inspection like Dre's doing, you know, with the SWIP and all that other stuff and signing off on that.
No, you guys, is it mainly for multi-tenant or are these single?
These are multi-tenant. They're huge. Yeah. They're luxury apartments. This is something new that's popping up here.
Oh, here that's all there is. Like
everything's going up.
Everything that you see, the flights that I've taken in like say Lagoon and Niguel.
Yeah, like those. Yeah.
A studio here starts at $24.95.
Yeah, wow. That's about right. Yeah, crazy. Adrian, are you going to take your 107?
Yeah, he's studying.
I'm actually studying, taking my time. You know what I mean?
Don't rush it. Take your time.
Hey, you know what helped me a lot was remote pilot 101, and I know you got to pay for it. And other people say don't pay for it and study it.
He's got it already.
Oh, he did? Does he?
That's what I with Alias.
That'll help you.
That multiple choice on that test.
There is multiple choice.
According to what I'm studying so far, and according to what I think his name is David Schaefer, whatever his name is, the test is all multiple choice.
Yeah, it's all multiple choice test.
Okay. There's no write-in or nothing on it?
No. But they do have charts, and you have to figure the latitude, longitude, and they'll ask you questions. And the first initial test was tough.
Because so far, all the years on Dre and Joe and Steve, I've already taken 2 tests already, and I aced it. And this is my
we were talking.
This is my first time ever doing anything like this. I just paid a video, what he's saying, do a little bit of studying, and I aced 2 tests so far, 2 quizzes, I should say.
Good.
You'll pass it. And then Jim takes Jim advice. And you don't know if you heard him. Jim said, when you get your license, make sure you go low. You know, kind of like cheat yourself just to get in, get a foot in, get experience. You know what I mean? Even do some free work. That's what I did.
I always say, do some grunt work. Go from there.
And then just look at those charts. That's the biggest thing. Charts and weather. Yeah. Weather's pretty heavy on the first year too.
See, right now,
the weather and charts are the tough ones.
Yeah. Right now, all these I'm actually dealing with the METARs and the other fancy acronym name they have. What is it called again? METAR? Something else.
Well, you got METARs, you got modems, and
I'm studying on that part right now.
Right. Yeah. Once you get the key acronyms and that, it's like anything else. It's all of them are going to be the same pattern. It's going to be time, date, location, weather, blah blah blah. And it's all the same for every METAR you get. It's going to be the same. And same thing with NOTAMs. It's going to be the same format, how they've been issued out, and what information is in them.
This is all I've been studying because I have to do the reoccurrent. So I've been studying all my notes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is all stuff over the. I've just my secondary gun recurrent, so I got all the information. Just go back and read the notes.
Yeah, and the thing about me is while I'm studying, I'm also making notes myself.
Good. Oh, you're gonna pass. You'll be fine, dude. Yeah.
Well, have you found out, Al, if there's any testing stations open? Because are you going to have to do the online version until they open back up?
They are open, but they changed. It used to be at the CAT centers when I took them, and now it's all PSI exam. I guess there's some new company they've contracted, and they charge you an additional $10. So now from 150 went to 160.
Right.
So no, they told me to call in when I'm ready to take it, and and then go in and take it. So there's no issues in terms.
Because
I'll
I've heard
probably
in
have
some
to wear a mask. I'm pretty sure.
some places that I've heard in some states it's shut down, and what you're doing is you're going on and taking a few question test online, and it extends you several months until you're able to go in to get it.
No, I've heard that. I sent an email to my local FSDO, and they finally sent an email back, and they told me just to go ahead and schedule a test, and it's right as rain. It's good to go.
Oh, so, good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, lot to study.
Yeah, the recurrent tests are easy. They're only for 40 questions. There's no METARs in them either, so or anything like that. So
in one of the videos, that guy from the remote 101, Pilot 101, said the same thing, that the recurring one is a lot easier and is less questions than when you first take it.
Yeah.
When I first took the test, I scored like 79. When I was in there, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna fail. I kept on pushing through, but I was like, oh my God, because the charts kept on popping up. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna fail. I got the grade. I was like, oh, I passed. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. But when I took the reoccurrent test, I got a 97 on that one. So it's a lot. It's so much easier. Yeah.
That was like when I took my electrical contractor's license. When I went for it, I studied through a course through a contractor school, and you've got the two tests. One is your law test, and the other one is your actual application test, whatever you're studying for. So for the electrical, I went through and you take the test, and I was one of the first groups that go by computer. Before, it used to be an all-day class thing. You'd go into, and they take it, you go for a break, and then come back. So you're done with the test, and they go, you want to know your score? And I go, yeah. And I mean, I knew just about every question on that law test. I had no problems. And they go, you passed. Goes, well, you want to take a break or you can start right away. I says, well, I'm going to go to the restroom and then I'll come back. She says, okay, just let me know when you come back. So I came back, came time for which I should know as an electrician studying for your electrical contractor's test. Oh my Lord, they had changed all the questions and the studying, and they had gone through at the time I took it. Well, what it had come from old theory to new transistor theory and everything else. And it was just like, I was just, am I going to pass? I was fearing, because they won't tell you your percentage. They just say it's pass or fail. But I passed it. But I'll tell you what, I was sweating bullets when I got done. I'm going, no, don't go back and change anything. Just keep with your first answer. Remember that from school, your first answer is most likely correct.
Yeah, that kills people more than anything else.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the test, is there what is the lowest percentage that you could actually take for you to pass? Is it like 70%? Something like 70?
Yep, 70 the cutoff, I believe.
Okay.
Gotcha. I think I started panicking because they put me in the room with the computers, gave you the book, but then there was another guy in there with me. So when he finished up quick, I was like, oh, I got to finish up quick. But then I got to realize I got to slow down. My dog's going to go crazy.
Yeah, you do. You just got to take your time and go at your own pace. And it is a time test.
Well, they give you plenty of time. 2 hours is more than enough time to take a 60-question test.
Yeah.
I figure that's 2 minutes a question. So you got plenty of time.
Yeah. Is that what it is now for the first test?
Yeah,
60?
60, yeah. 60 questions, 2 hours.
Does somebody sit in a room with you? I guess an instructor that watches the time, or it's just on the computer?
Everything's monitored from wherever they have it set up. No one is sitting in the room with you, but it is monitored.
They got cameras.
Everything's computerized. So if you screw it up, you screw the whole test up as far as computerized, because it'll just lock you out or something like that. I know it's something crazy when I took mine, but they were able to retrieve my results and stuff. Because I think between me and the guy, we hit one wrong key and everything went off the screen.
Oh no!
But he was able to retrieve my score and I passed. And I was like, okay, cool. I think it's part. I think they even let you go back and see the questions you missed or something. And I was like, between him and me, we hit one wrong key and it wiped the screen out. I said, dude, I don't care as long as I pass. I care less for the questions I missed. That's history now.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving forward.
So that's been just doing a little bit of studying here and there, and then getting ready to take it next month again.
Yeah, I'll start picking up the book again probably around January next year. I got to take mine, I think, in May of next year.
So when is it due? August, Al?
It is due in August, the end of August.
Oh,
the end of
okay.
August. No,
Coolness.
until the end of August.
Yeah.
I'll probably take it all the way till then. So the following year, it'll be all the way to expire to the end, or 2 years to the end of August.
So those are good for 2 years.
Yeah, that's good. Uncle Sam wants the money. Every two. I'm sure it'll increase significantly too. That one was at 150. Now it's 160.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Somebody say 160, but I've heard other places try to scam folks out even more money.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah.
Rick,
I don't know what that's all about.
Did you get a 93, Rick? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he got 93 on the first test.
Wow.
He said the first test was easier for him than the second test, the reoccurrent. I think he probably prepared for the first test.
A lot better.
Yeah, I was the opposite. I prepared for reoccurrent better than I did the actual exam.
Oh, it was. Like I said, for my contractor's test, man, I tell you what, I reviewed the cards, I reviewed the tapes, I reviewed all the tests. It was like, go, go, go. And I got in there. And when I started going through all the questions, it was like, yeah, I know the answer to this and this and this and this and this. And it was like, wait a second, this is too easy. There's a catch here.
Like a DMV question.
Al Diaz, Andre, you guys love what you do when it comes to doing the Part 107?
I'm not going to lie to you. I wish I could do it full time, but I think the market's so saturated that it probably won't happen. At least for me. I don't know about for Dre.
Well, being in California,
it's good. It's good money.
Yeah, California. California is oversaturated with pilots.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
And that's why I say that if you start dealing with people and they don't ask for Part 107, then you got to start wondering you're going to get lowballed. Because I said a lot of folks out there flying, but there's now a lot of folks out there that are Part 107. And that's where the game changes.
I know a commercial pilot who had his 107. It expired. He didn't want to retake the test because on the card, it doesn't show an expiration date. So he was like, I'm not spending more money. I'm not going to name the companies, but he's contracting with some pretty large companies.
Right.
And nothing's being said. Nothing. Yeah. It's just,
and that's what I'm saying.
And I'm not going to say anything. I mean, I feel like I should, but I'm not,
Yeah.
So,
and I say I'm on all those little sites. Was it Droners.io and whatever other was out there.
Big guy, Adrian.
I can never get a gig.
Adrian, I got to roll, man. I'll see y'all later.
Take care, Joe.
Man.
Have a good rest of your weekend.
Hey, you too. Have a good night.
All right, man. See you. I'm about to go ahead and get out to his pretty much midnight over here.
Yeah, it's late for you East Coast guys.
Yep.
It's still early over here.
I'm going to get a little sleep so I can wake up and watch Formula One over now. Europe.
All right.
All right, you guys. Thanks, Adrian. Steve, Dre, take care, guys.
Nice talking with you. Dre, it was a pleasure. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. And everybody in chat, have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Everybody in chat, have a good rest of the weekend. I appreciate you guys for popping in. Thank you so much. Dre, Steve-O.
See ya.
Thank you, man. Have a good evening. Want to say good night to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys for popping in. If you popped into the stream, thank you so much. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you later. Thank you. Dano, thank you for popping in so late, man, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.